And welcome back. Oh god. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another special and interesting broadcast here tonight. Something a little bit different. We don't have a weekly tournament like we usually do. No, instead, we have a show match. We have a very special show match, something that we've never done before, a best of 19 between HonMonO and MeomaikA. Oh boy, there is a lot here on the line. There's a lot coming into this. I believe the prize pool is 400 USD, and the first to 10 wins will take it in the end with a very unique prize pool. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to link to the Wikipedia page, if you guys want to link to the rest of the tournament, all the details as well. And I don't think I'm ready for this. I don't think I'm ready for this whatsoever, but I'm excited. I'm excited to bear witness to these two facing off one after another. I know it says best of 15, it's best of 19. Look, the format, it's we'll work with it. So potentially 19 games back to back to back. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Predictions are open for the next, I'll put it to 5 minutes. 5 minutes in the chat so you can place your bets on who you think is going to take it in the end in a best of 19. Crazy, crazy. Again, first to 10 games will win. A lot on the line here, and I love this. You know, these two players are some of the best that we have to offer in the Southeast Asia region. We have MeomaikA, of course, the best in Vietnam. We have HonMonO, the best in Japan. And game one is going to be on a map that we haven't seen in a very long time. It's going to be on Golden Aura. Here we go. I am ready for it. What's also really interesting is that I think Golden Aura is the only ladder map. It's the only ladder map in the map pool. The rest are all XTLMC or maps that just never made the cut. I'm not familiar with any of them. We have Arc of Janus, we have Ultra Compicor, we have Lotus, Anomaly, Soguma. I don't So Dynasty Treadmill, I don't know what I'm getting into, but I'm excited. Let's go. You can hear the beats. We're loading into game number one. Oh, of course, a big shout out to Hyper1. Hyper1, he is of course the owner of the team that is going to be supporting HonMonO, has been supporting HonMonO for quite some time. So big shout out to Hyper1 in the chat. Is facilitating for this show match to occur. And here we go. We are diving on in. God, it's been so long. Golden Aura. It's been, to be fair, it's been maybe since the start of the year. We actually got to cast a couple of games on this map in OSC King of the Hill, and this is as normal as we get. Just realized the names. God damn it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. God, shaking my head. Hold on. I'm gonna need a moment here to fix up the names in game for a moment. Bam. All right, we got one, and we have the other. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Golden Aura, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu, the last king of the sea. It is MeomaikA. I'm shaking my head. And spawning in the bottom left, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the cheesiest Terran in all of South Korea, living in the land of Japan, representing Team Hyper1. It is HonMonO. And this is merely the first game, and already the goal base is being taken. You love to see it. If you're a little bit newer to the scene, Golden Aura, it was a part of the map pool, back in 2020? Maybe 2019. It's been years. It's been quite a number of years since Golden Aura has been a part of the map pool. It has similar characteristics to Alcyone. If you're familiar with the latest map pool, Alcyone does take features from this map. This was the first to feature like these walls, if you will, where you have this gold base, which of course grants access to the other side of the map. Likewise, you have mineral patches right here next to the main. There used to be a lot of strategies, a lot of cheeses where you would mine through these mineral patches and proxy on the other side of the wall, or sorry, on the other side of the map. You know, proxy Stargate, proxy Tempest as well, laying siege upon your opponent. There used to be a lot of strategies like that. Likewise, these gold bases are wild as well, very difficult to hold on to, considering that you can lay siege from behind the base or even in front of the base or ignore it entirely. There's a lot that goes into this. So yeah, it's really nostalgic to be able to cast Golden Aura for the first time in a very, very long time. I think I remember distinctly casting eggs on this map. Eggs, which must have been 2020. Where he just went for, I think, a 12-pool Link Flood, where he just mined out, it was a ZVZ, just mined out the mineral patches here, and then we just send it. And speaking of, MeomaikA is mining out these mineral patches towards the south as well. Reaper has arrived, drones are under threat, and we are going to be forcing out that gas geyser just in time. Drone will survive. And what's interesting is that even though MeomaikA has taken the gold base, he hasn't main-arted to the gold. He hasn't prioritized, he hasn't fixated on it. Did go for a hatch gas pool, but is focused on mining out these mineral patches instead. Likewise, back at home, we have a 3cc opener, going to be a racks into expand into a 3rd CC before starport, so very economic from HonMonO. Despite him being so cheesy, despite him being so aggressive, he is actually opting to go for, again, a much more standard opener for the time being. Everything's looking normal, but wait, we got potentially 19 games ahead of us. Like, things will eventually get rowdy. Aye. Behind this, the patches are being mined out, of course. Overlord being forced back. Oh, the pillar not being able to keep this Overlord alive for 2, as we do back off, thankfully. Hatcheries being taken. I assume that we would be taking this southern base as the 3rd. Or we would again be expanding towards the southern location. It looks like that's where we're headed, but for now, take our natural. Lings, they do bust across the map. The wall is not a wall. The Hellions having a hard time. One SCV is going to go down. But only a single worker, as the Lings are forced back. And we are flooding Lings behind this, by the way. We've barely saturated the gold base. Isn't really up and running, but we're just making nothing but Lings at this point. Cutting workers at 28. MeomaikA gonna be pushing out. And what do we have at home to defend? We have a couple of Hellions getting into potentially Banshee production as well. But Mio, he's not stopping Link production. Oh my god. It's a couple of workers. These Hellions are going to do an amazing job here defensively, and they will force this back. This was a big commitment as well. MeomaikA invested so much into these things. Now behind this, he's droning, taking gases, going towards that lair. I mean, he can't afford Lings because of the gold base. And as the Hellions move out, once again, MeomaikA pushes in. HonMonO out of position. SCVs are going down. He thought he was safe. He was anything but. As that's going to be 11 dead SCVs. The Hellions are getting surrounded. Not like this. And just like that, with this Link Flood, MeomaikA is getting a bit out of control here. I mean, the Banshee should clean this up, but the CC does catch fire. 12 SCVs go down. And we're mining through the southern side instead, working on this expansion location. I remember, it's coming back to me. Fun fact. It would be quite common for Terran players to actually expand southernly instead and actually not take this base just because of how wide open the entrance is. I remember you would throw down a CC and you would float over. You'd go for a bit of a Gangnam Terran style. You take this as your natural, and then you take the goal base from behind as your 3rd. It's all coming back. I remember seeing that like in GSL or in some of our own matches as well. Obviously, that's not what's happening here. And the wall is not a wall. It's wide open thanks to HonMonO. From behind, we come in as well. This is why it can be really awkward if we do expand towards the north, because we have a massive wide open gap here towards the south. More SCVs going down. HonMonO, he's being pulled apart here. Lings knocking down that front door. Banshees are trying to keep up, but that's dead. 8 dead SCVs. We have 3 mules. Sorry, we have 3 CCs. We can make mules at a time. Sure, we can make 3 of them at a time. But the economy here is in shambles. Behind this, MeomaikA is happily droning up. We have a Spire on the way for that lair. HonMonO has lost control of his natural, and he's just being pulled apart. It's just so difficult to defend both these locations at once, especially once he tries to expand and take this 3rd. He will be spread thin. But yeah, it's bringing me back. I remember you would just wall off here at the top, and you'd take the southern base, you take this as the 3rd, and then you'd expand down here at the 4th. And you'd have this high ground here to set up your tanks, set up your bunker, set up your wall, and protect the southern base, alongside this choke point as well. I remember a lot of games actually occurring towards the southern half of the map instead of up here towards the north. Speaking of, that's where MeomaikA is expanding. A lot of bases up here to take advantage of. MeomaikA is on 57 workers. He's double expanding, even getting a 4th and a 5th base at the same time. Still not expanding towards the south. And the Ling harass just does not end. We do have some safety turrets on the way, which will help. Mute is in production as well, going for the front door, going for that main. but but we are going to be able to get on top of this depot in the end, and the depot is going to fall. The repair is just not in time. MeomaikA's breaking through. I mean, props to HonMonO. He was able to throw down some depots, throwing down some missile turrets, and you know, get ready and get prepared for those mutas, but it's not going to be enough. He's still just being pulled apart. It's an uphill battle here for HonMonO, just letting it sink in. As it's okay. Look, mate, we got room to spare. You know, even if we take a loss here early on, we got so many games ahead of us. And again, this is one of the more stranger maps out there. And I say that, to be fair, I actually haven't looked into the rest of the maps. I'm afraid to. I'm afraid to look in. I'm afraid to dip my toes into the unknown. And boy, oh boy, is there a lot of unknown. As the mutas, they dip back in. Gonna be threatening that orbital. Oof. Yeah, and again, behind this, we haven't really teched up even further. We could work towards an infestation pit, hive tech, Ling Bane. It's just pure Ling muta at this point. From MeomaikA, it's a very fragile army. Very, very fragile indeed. So he has to be careful with how he does push in. HonMonO can maybe take an efficient fight, but again, it is still a very much so an uphill battle here. Hive is finally on the way. Infestation pit is done. We gain access to Ultras, to Adrenal, to 3-3. And we just go straight for the third base. It's going to be a kill on the orbital. And there's barely anything left here in the main. We've taken control of it. We're just forcing HonMonO down to the low ground. He does have a decent chunk of Marines down here. Can trade well against some of these links, but the production is exposed. And as long as MeomaikA doesn't overextend, he should be able to take control of the main base. GG gets called, and MeomaikA takes game number 1 in a very chaotic game. Very chaotic. GG. That's the first game in the books, but again, I don't know if we can really say much about it. Again, Golden Aura, it's a very unique map, very unorthodox, and with that, I'm sure our players are just warming up. They're going to be warming up here, getting ready for this, getting ready for a very long series. And from here, the maps are predetermined. You can see a list of the maps on that Wikipedia page, and I'm gonna try and search for them here. Up next, Ark of Janus. Is it even on the Korean server? I hope so. I'm looking for it. I'm gonna be looking for it. It's an Archon co-op map? What are we getting? Oh, yeah, no, there we go. There we go. I found it. TLMC number 9. Okay. I am ready for it. Looking for the maps. Here we go. Okay, this is from TLMC number 9. That is quite a lot of Team Liquid map contests ago. And what am I looking at? Oh, this is crazy. Oh my god. Okay. This looks this looks like nonsense. You'll soon find out what the hell I'm talking about. TLMC number 9. You're all animals, mate. You're all animals. Even HonMonO, he's saying, "What the hell is this?" Well, we're getting in. With like a 10-second rush distance by air. What am I looking at? Here we go. And spawning in we have gold bases to begin with. Oh my god. Spawning in the center, right-hand center of Ark of Janus. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player, the blue Zerg, representing Team Gosu, going for a 12 pool. It is MeomaikA. And spawning in the top, in the center left, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran, representing Hyper 1, it is HonMonO. Okay, so very short rush distance by air. We're basically touching tips. Down here we have walls. We have a wall. We have a tower that we can knock down, but it's actually erect. Oh, the tower is up, which means we have a very short rush distance by ground. We have a natural second base. If we mine through these patches, we gain access to the rest of the map. There's like the rest of the map is looking very interesting, but
game paused.
oh. Oh god, I think yeah, I think HonMonO, he's just trying to he's like, wait, something's wrong. Nah, it's standard. I'm pretty sure this is intentional, by the way. Oh god. Yeah, we're just taking it in. We're just letting it all sink in. Let's go.
Game resumed.
Only 6 minutes. Only 6 mineral patches here. Again, once we mine through these, we gain access to the rest of the map, which, you know, it's big, it's wide open, there's a lot available. I don't think we're going to experience any of this. You know, I appreciate that the map maker put effort into all of this stuff, but really, it's going to come down to these 2 bases, especially, again, if I'm not mistaken, especially the fact that we can just run in. Yeah, the 12 pool. This is crazy. This is nonsense. This is not... Look, there's a reason why this never made it into the map pool. There's a reason why this never made it to the ladder, because we could just walk across the map. And what do? Like, there's like the Lings are already here with the bunker isn't, sorry, the racks isn't even done. This is wild. Roaches are on the way behind this, and yeah, he went CC first, by the way. CC first, mate. HonMonO, you're crazy. CC first into the racks, into the eBay question mark to wall off, and oh boy, the first Marine has arrived. We're going to be able to shoo away these Lings, but behind this, we have roaches coming up. We're taking our gases as well. MeomaikA just sending everything across the map here. Good control, keeping the Lings alive. Not losing anything. Oh, Mio, calm down. Now, technically, okay, I would love if we just evacuated. We just lifted up over the wall. Like, imagine, hold up, he hasn't morphed in an orbital. Imagine if he just loaded in SCVs and he just hopped over the wall. That would... Oh my god, that's, could that be a strategy? Like, hop over the wall just to mine from the other side and then gain access to the rest of the map? Regardless, MeomaikA, he's arrived with his Ravagers. We're gonna try to hold on here to the low ground. You cannot hop over the wall, like, as in you can't float your CC, as in you just float your CC over. As the bunker is exposed. Do have the Ravagers rocking up as well. They're going to be able to try to bile this down as well. So far we have repairs, but there's nothing to fill in the bunker with. There's no Marines. One Marine does come in. Miles once again knocking this down. Oh, there's an air blocker. Oh, I see. The planetary finishes. That's why we got the eBay. Let's go. The planetary does complete. We're holding. And we've lost 10 workers, but the planetary rush actually makes sense. We're getting into +1. I didn't even look. My brain is still trying to recognize what's going on, but apparently again, apparently there are air blockers, so we can't float over. Feels bad, man. Planetary is done. We're holding the line. We have high sec auto tracking on the way to help buff the planetary. Let's get Neo Steel frames. We cancel +1. We're holding. And as a result, HonMonO, he has a better economy. He's actually mining from the natural. Ooh, the planetary's taking a lot of damage, though. We will have to repair. Behind this, MeomaikA, not quite expanding, not quite transitioning. Ooh, Overlord is going to be hunted down. Yeah, these are side blockers. These walls. Oh my, we're locked in. That's brutal. That is so brutal. We're completely penned in. These glass panes, these are side blockers. Like, sorry, air blockers. You can't go through them. And the steam vents are tall enough as well. That's disgusting. Oh my god. So far, a couple of SCVs. One SCV goes down, a mule as well. We're locked in with each other, Papi. Until we mine through. This is disgusting. Who made this map? As again, we're able to just make use of our economy. HonMonO taking an economic advantage. Behind this, getting into his 1-1-1. Tank production's commencing. Does have to be careful with that tank. MeomaikA finally expanding. Are we stabilizing? Are we? Layer is on the way. No shot. Are we stabilizing? As the Overlords have to back up, we're forcing this back. We have a Viking on the way. I love the Viking as well, just to bully some of these Overlords, knocking down the rocks, just making sure that the rush distance by ground gets even shorter. Fusion cores on the way. Oh, we're going into BCs. I appreciate the BCs. Behind this, MeomaikA with this lair, I wonder if he does go for the Spire or if he commits the Roach production. MeomaikA, he doesn't make a lot of queens. He only has one queen, by the way, but he's going for Dropper Lords. Pneumatize Carapace. Overlord speed is on the way. The lair as well. There it is. Dropper Lords are coming out. MeomaikA going for the drop into the main. Honestly, we don't even need Overlord speed. Like, it doesn't take too long at all to just hop over the wall. Like, but regardless, we're on it. It gets spotted. No shot. It gets spotted by the Vikings. HonMonO does force back the Overlords. Behind this, the first battle cruiser is on the way. Viking gonna be zoning MeomaikA back. Oh my god. And we're actually gonna get a kill on one of these Overlords. Overlord goes down. But we should still be morphing in some Dropper Lords, right? We should be committing. We break free! Ah! Oh, we have access to everything else. We can mine. We can expand. We can take a third base. Oh my god. Are we getting a macro game? We're not there yet, and I mean, there's a lot of potential with the battle cruisers. How many queens do we have? We still only have one queen. We're about to have three. 3 queens may not be enough as we're going into 2-port BC. That's a second starport on the way. Part of me feels like we should have still committed to the Dropper Lord play. I think there would have been a lot of success there. Oh my god, HonMonO, he's mass expanding. He can't float. No, he's finding out the hard way. The CC can't float out. He made it, but he can't use it. Smooch. The command center. Oh, so some wasted 400 minerals there. Wasn't quite aware that, again, you can't float over the gas geyser for some reason. You know what I would love? As the BC has been sorted, I would have loved if on the other side of this wall there was like a little button that you can interact with to like turn off these gas geysers, so you can actually float over. That'd be really fun. As the BC has arrived at the same time, Ravager Army pushing towards the planetary. The Biles are going to be able to knock this down. Ooh, massive Biles, massive connections. That's 19 dead SCVs. Tank is exposed at the same time. This BC is wreaking havoc in the main. The planetary lives. The planetary barely survives, but we bust into the main base. There's nothing else left. There is no army. The battlecruiser has to teleport back home. BC was doing well across the map, killed 4 workers, but GG gets called. It's just too much. Oh my god. And MeomaikA taps out. He has no faith in his ability to deal with the BCs. I mean, the BCs, they would, yeah. I mean, they were going to kill everything, and he only had 2 queens. Ay, ay, ay. Could we have played that out? Maybe, but HonMonO, he takes it. Oh my god. The power of the battle cruiser. What the hell? What did we just watch? We were about to have 3 BCs. 2 of them were about to pop out. And yeah, the battle cruiser wins it. GG. What is happening? And this is only game 2. I don't know what we're getting into here. Up next, Ultra Compactor. Okay, Compactor. Ultra. Let's look for the map. Let us look for the map. I don't know. Part of me feels it depends. Like, obviously MeomaikA, he could wreak havoc and kill all the workers. This is true. But at the same time, the planetary was holding on, so the planetary survived. And yeah, there was just no answer for the battlecruiser. No answer. Here we go. This is a map made by Superman, a map maker. You know, he's a professional. He knows what he does. He knows what he knows what he's doing. I assume maybe you can correct me in the chat, but I believe this is the map made by Superman that we're going to be getting into. Hyper one. And here we go. We're getting into this. We're getting in. God, that was a 22-second rush distance map the previous game, by the way. crazy. Is it the shortest? I'm checking. I have some stats. Okay. So that last map, that is going to be the shortest rush distance map of the entire tournament, of the entire show match. So we're not going to get crazier than that, or are we? Because oh my god, this is wild. This is bringing me. This has got some Wings of Liberty vibes. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. Oh my god. In the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Compactor, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player. Ooh. Being forced into a tied-up series here, representing Team Gosu, we have MeomaikA. And in the top left, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran living in the land of Japan. We have HonMonO. Tying up the series. Tying it up. And, okay. This is why. Oh my! Look how tiny some of these bases are. Jesus, there's just no room. Okay, so pretty short rush distance by ground. Let me just double check some of these stats. Yeah, 31 seconds. This is actually really short. 31-second rush distance by ground. Once again, we're going to be going for a pull first opening here from MeomaikA. We have a Zelnaga in the center. Are these destructible? No destructible rucks. But yeah, these bases they feel so small. I'm getting like claustrophobic looking at them. Like, you have no room. A lot of high ground, a lot of points of elevation, a lot of rocks as well that can help slow things down. But overall, another really short rush distance. And when was this map made? This feels like Wings of Liberty or Heart of the Swarm. I mean, Superman, I don't think he was making maps back in Wings of Liberty, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready. So I'm going to be going for a pull first into our hatchery, into our gas geyser as well. Likewise, across the map, we have a Rax expand here from our Terran player. No CC first this time, thankfully, from HonMonO. Everything's looking as it should. But like, God, this looks so awkward. For one, we have a massive wall or massive gap leading into the natural base, which we are going to have to wall off again diagonally. Taking the third as well. I mean, because of all the points of elevation, I think we can secure a third base quite well. Like, we have rocks as well. Pretty narrow choke point. You can set up your tanks here on top of these cliffs as well. Yeah, really interesting. Defending here looks brutal. But expanding towards that triangular third, I'm curious. I'm curious how this plays out. Reaper gets across the map. Oh. Ooh, big overextension. Reaper goes down. HonMonO slipping up a little bit. Likewise, the Lings get across the map with the dead Reaper. That means we're going to be delaying the CC for so long. HonMonO, he had to race back home. Alas, he couldn't. Boys are being pulled. This is already an insane amount of damage done here from MeomaikA. Oh. Does get an SCV. The dance has begun, and this is already damage. Again, we're just forcing so much lost mine time. We commit. We get another worker. As we slip into the main, it's going to be a 3cc variation. Very economic opener here from HonMonO once again. And here he's not done as finally he gets cleaned up. Behind this, we're getting into reactor cyclone production. Oh, and HonMonO, he has played mech in the past. I'm curious if he's going to throw down a second factory or get into some more bio production after this. Meanwhile, MeomaikA rushing into a very fast lair. Oh my god. Around a 23-minute lair timing here from MeomaikA. Link speed is done. Additional gases are being taken. This looks like 2-base Hydra. It's going to be 3 gases in total. This looks like MeomaikA's Hydra build. We'll see if he throws down a Spire. We can go one or the other. So we get high ground vision, and the Overlord is going to be hunted down. Taking control of the low ground as well. Soon see the tech. Oh, supply blocking MeomaikA a little bit there. It's going to be supply blocked. Cyclone is just looking for more Overlords, looking for more damage. And there it is. There's that Hydra Den. Hydra Den in conjunction with an infestation bit. This is new to me. So, again, like rushing into a lair, taking 3 gases. I mean, this screams, you know, the classic MeomaikA 2-base Hydra. The infestation bit is wild. With this, we can rush into, I guess, Vipers or into Adrenal to get really fast Hive and really fast Speedlings. Oh, that's... Oh, I see. I thought these were gaps. My apologies. As HonMonO is going to be pushing out. The Lings get a surround. No! A big overextension. HonMonO losing one of his cyclones already. We do get some lock-ons. Ay. Alas, we're just losing a little bit too much. A second cyclone goes down. Expensive losses here for HonMonO. Does get an overlord, but not quite worth it. Hydras are on the way. Interesting that we're not prioritizing. There we go. The upgrades. Hydra speed now on the way here from Mio. And we're going straight into Infestors. Okay. Not rushing into a Hive Tech, but it's going to be Ling Hydra Infestor instead to help shut down these cyclones. Again, it is going to be mech. We have a second factory on the way. Sorry, a third factory on the way. So Battle Mech is coming out from HonMonO. Mass Cyclone, essentially. With this Tech Lab, we gain access to Hurricane Thrusters. Should be, of course, Cyclone Speed. Meanwhile, MeomaikA is amassing an army. He's cutting workers here at 45. He's not saturating his third base. And he's getting ready for his move out. For his push. Also, I do need to set up an alias. Beautiful. Alias has been set up. We have our armory on the way, third CC, actually double expanding, getting our third base and working on our fourth base at the same time. MeomaikA, though, this entire time hasn't been droning. He's still only on 45 workers. He is not saturating his third. He's just amassing an army in the center of the map, continuing to amass it as well. He's forcing himself all in. And we do have a tank in the back line. It is going to be a little bit awkward pushing towards this natural base, but again, it's just so wide open. There is a lot of potential here for Mio. He's going to be rotating around, looking for another angle of attack. He's going to try and get us around on these cyclones. The Speedlings, they do get us around. They lock him down. We don't even need the fungal. Again, a massive surround. He shuts down the army, and he will take control of the third base. Again, the Infestors weren't even necessary. We still have them available, don't get me wrong. Second tank has arrived. Oh, but that's a kill on the CC. And now we can keep on pushing. Oh my god. Tank doing a lot of damage here in the back line. Big fungal on the SCVs. Oh my god. The fungal's real. We do annihilate the Lings, but that's 23 dead SCVs. The friendly fire was crazy. And MeomaikA takes a massive economic lead behind this. He's droning, is re-establishing his position here with more Lings, containing HonMonO to 2 bases. HonMonO re-walling. Still being contained. And from here, MeomaikA, if we did get into a Hive, I mean, he has the Infestation, but if he went into Hive Tech, he can get into Vipers, then just shut down these tanks. But now they're staying on a Lair Tech army. Oh, the fungal! Once again, big connection. The chain fungals as well. Gets a handful of cyclones. And again, MeomaikA behind this, he can just saturate all of his bases. He's cutting workers at 3 bases. 61 drones essentially here from MeomaikA. We're working on 1-1. There we go. Hive is on the way as well. And HonMonO, his back is just up against the wall. Once the Vipers arrive, that's going to be a way to just break this entrenched position. Before then, HonMonO has maybe potential to break free and maybe take a good trade. It's just so difficult to engage when there are Infestors. Oh, I love the retargeting. But the CC goes down. Not like this. So HonMonO, to avoid friendly fire, he targeted the Rooks to like shoot away. At least I'm pretty sure that's why he shot the Rooks there. They're going to be floating another CC towards the third. We're building up a tank count. The tank count's looking quite impressive. We have the sensor tower here on top of that cliff. The Viper's about to finish up. Can HonMonO stabilize? Can he take a third? Can he hold on to it? There's Vipers in production. It's going to be on HonMonO to somehow get on top of them and just shut them down before they can get too out of hand. As MeomaikA is knocking down these rocks, just opening up a massive attack path here. Defessor! No! Ooh. Gets a single fungal off, catching one of the cyclones. We're pushing into tank range though. MeomaikA overextending. Adrenal is on the way. Oh, a lot of Lings are going to go down. We do get one of these tanks. Here come the Vipers. They need time though. They need energy. No! The Vipers! One goes down for free. And we're going straight for the planetary instead. Investing a lot actually. We don't get it. The planetary survives and MeomaikA throws everything away. That's the second Viper and soon to be the third. Oh my god, Meo. He's lost everything. All the Hydras, all the Lings, all the Vipers, and just like that, HonMonO, he is back in this. He saves the planetary. Slightly behind in workers, but he trades so damn efficiently. That's so many gas down the drain. So much gas down the drain. Meo, he lost all his spellcasters, losing his overlords as well. The power of the cyclone. To be fair, a lot of that was MeomaikA committing to kill the planetary, and he failed. He didn't kill the base. He committed so much to trying to shut down this third, and alas, he couldn't. And now he's losing so many overlords. Again, there's no more fungal growths. HonMonO, he's stabilized. He's arguably ahead economically. He's down 2 SCVs plus mules. HonMonO's ahead. He's ahead in the economy. MeomaikA just doesn't have the worker count to really sustain those losses and to rebuild and remax. This is now anyone's game. Like, MeomaikA, he was in a commanding position, don't get me wrong. Not anymore. And now we're just walling off. Again, tank lines are... Oh, gee, look at this tank line. Oh my god, how do we push into this? We don't. MeomaikA still staying on a low worker count as well. Now he's going to remax. Like MeomaikA, he's remaxing here with Ling, Hydra, Viper. How many Vipers do we have? We're getting a second? No, one Viper. One Viper available. And this is a very fragile army. This is very fragile. All light-based units, Lings and Hydras. MeomaikA, he could take a bad fight again. I don't want to believe he will, but he can. This is going down. We have Nia steel frames on the way. HonMonO just building himself up. He is oversaturated. The reality is, can he get a fourth? Can I think he can actually. Yeah, this bottom right hand base, he should be able to establish it. We do have an overlord here towards the north. Cyclone's in position. Yeah, HonMonO, he notices this Nidus play. It's going to be difficult to pull it off. As HonMonO scans ahead of time. A bit of an overextension here from HonMonO. The Lings, they get us around. They get one Cyclone. Only one. One Cyclone for 17 Lings. Pretty good trade for HonMonO. Ooh, and we're taking this base on the left-hand side. This is going to be a little bit more awkward to take, I feel. I mean, unless we just move our tanks forward. Right now, it's an exposed base. You see here on the south, though, MeomaikA pushing in. Trying to break the tank line. Good blinding cloud here, covering one of the tanks. We dive on top of the planetary as well, but the repair's too good. And once again, HonMonO, he will hold. Does barely hold on, but he did lose a lot of Cyclones in the process. 9 Cyclones and 1 tank went down. Oh, 3 tanks actually, also friendly fire. HonMonO, he does hold on, but MeomaikA, he's remaxing once again. This time with Ultra soon to be on the way. And HonMonO, he's not set up to expand here. The yoinks! We get a tank. And Meo, can he break in? Oh. He should get a kill in the CC. He's gonna get a kill in this base, and HonMonO, he's starving out. He needs another CC. He needs another expansion. He needs to get another base up and running. Whether it's on the left or right hand side, he needs it. But Ultras are on the way. And even though MeomaikA doesn't have the most amazing economy, he's, you know, again, trading well enough. It's a cheap army, especially because he's only been losing Lings recently, not Hydras. Rotating around. Ooh, we're exposed. We don't have much here at all. There's no sensor tower. He doesn't see. And MeomaikA, this time, he may get a kill on the planetary. He's been trying desperately all game long, but it looks like he gets us around and he will get a kill. He should get a kill, and he barely does. Planetary goes down. The tank line a little bit too far back. 34 SCVs, and MeomaikA, he's in the driver's seat. It's all good, but mate, you don't need more than 67 workers, okay? Yeah, you don't need it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. As MeomaikA has maxed out, now with ultras, Kitus plating is on the way. The rest of our melee upgrades as well. Meo just constantly rotating around. His win condition: deny the bases, deny the third, over and over again, and the fourth as well. Oh. Sensor tower goes down. Yeah, we're just choking HonMonO in, and we're committing. This is going to be a bit of a rough trade, but he's breaking through nonetheless. He gets on top of two of these tanks. Barely getting into the natural as well. The choke point is brutal here for MeomaikA, but he may just have too much anyway. The ultras, they lead the charge. And MeomaikA, he has broken this position. One tank left. And soon to be 0 tanks here. Good kiting from these Cyclones. Again, I feel like HonMonO, he's been trading very well, but again, he just doesn't have the economy. He cannot sustain himself. And this planetary is going to go down once again. And GG gets called. MeomaikA takes a lead in this best of 19. I'm not used to saying that. GG, well played. I wanted to say 69. I'm glad we're not casting a best of 69. We don't need that in our lives. And that's happened a couple of times. Has happened. GG, MeomaikA takes the lead. Whew. But again, we're still just scratching the surface. We're still scratching the surface here when it comes to the nonsense that's upon us. As we have our next map, we're getting ready for Game 4 on Ashengard. Oh, made by May on Fire. Let's go. I am ready for it. Oh, a bit of a longer, a bit of a more macro-oriented map. It looks to be the case anyway. As this looks a little more modern. I think I've seen this before. Yeah, I've seen it. As we are loading on in. Again, MeomaikA, he has a lead, but again, it's a first to 10. First to 10 wins. That's a lot of wins. It's a lot of games. A lot of matches. We're catching up. Let's see this. Speaking of May on Fire, welcome. Thank you for all you do for the scene. Thank you for all the maps that you create. And I'm not entirely certain what we're getting into. Apparently it's an atrocity. I'm sure you say that with love, though. I'm sure. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ashengard, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player leading the series. Oh, apologies. There we go. Leading the series 2-1. Representing Team Gosu, it is MeomaikA. And spawning in the top right, we have his opponents, South Korean Terran living in Japan. For Hyper 1, we have HonMonO. Oh my, what? Oh my god. Okay. Mineral walls galore here, towards the south and towards the north as well. Sorry, the minimap was just, I thought I was seeing things. I was like, why am I seeing dots everywhere? Okay. Interesting. So we have a portion of the map cut off here. There's some gold bases as well towards the left-hand side. A lot of mineral patches. Gonna be denying some of these other bases on the left-hand side. So we're forced to expand here towards the right instead. I guess unless we mine out these mineral patches, we have to expand here in a more linear pattern instead. Towards the right, and my god, this place is so wide open. I'm trying to gather my thoughts as we do see our Terran player going for a CC first. Very economic opener, very bold here, especially against MeomaikA. He has already 12 pulled before, but the rush distance by ground is very long. On this map, it's a little bit longer than, I mean, at least what we've seen previously. So we are going to be going CC first. SCV going to be going for a bit of a scout. Oh, wait, what? Am I missing something? Am I... We're going third CC before Rax, Papi. Against a player that's known for pool first. I mean, Meo is going hatch gas pool, to be fair. It's a standard opener. But this is the first time that Meo hasn't gone for a pool first variation. This is crazy. And he's taking the forward third instead of the safe one. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. HonMonO Papi. Some call him HonMonO, some call him HonMonO, some call him HonMacro. Oh, sorry, HonMacro even. Ay. Jesus. So a very greedy. This is the greediest you could ever be, by the way. This is illegal. This is, if you're a Terran player in the chat, don't do this, you'll die. You're just gonna die. Like, I can't like emphasize that enough. So this is not, we're rushing into a planetary. eBay once again. I'm getting vibes from game 2. Rushing into the eBay. This should be for a planetary as the third. You're an animal. You're an animal, Papi. Ay. HonMonO trying to cut the map in half early on. Back at home, we do have a third base on the way. Overlords are going in, trying to get a bit of a scout off, trying to get a read on what the hell's going on. And we do get eyes on the CC. It's already being morphed into an orbital. We are aware, and we check. Oh, do we see? We do. We get eyes on the third base as well. And there's that planetary being morphed in. The planetary rushes the third. Ay. Oh my god. Again, not the first time we've seen a variation of this. We saw something similar on Arc of Janus earlier today. Meanwhile, MeomaikA are going to be mining through these middle patches, going to be helping create the rush distance that much shorter here on this map. Clearly, MeomaikA, he wants to be aggressive. He wants to try to punish this new base. He gets eyes on the morphing in planetary. He's aware of what's coming his way. Lings are moving out. And I'm curious, just because of how greedy HonMonO has been, we can bypass this. We don't have to attack the planetary. We can go the long way around, and we can just go straight for the bases. Are we going for it? We're going for a fourth! Oh my god! HonMonO! This is illegal! Arrest him! MeomaikA, tie him up! Cuff him! This is not allowed! There's nothing, there's 2 Marines! Send it, Papi! Yeah, let's go! There's 2 Marines to defend! Ay. Not like this. As Lings, they bust into the natural base. There's nothing to defend. There's no way to hold on to this. 7, 8 SCVs go down. The rally is going to run past the planetary, which is a little bit brutal. But there we go. We reroute our rally. Hellions have arrived, but he doesn't know about the 4th. Meo, I mean, why would you? Why would you check? Why would you see? There's no reason. There's no reason to check. Oh my god. Behind this, we have a layer. We're droning. So MeomaikA, he's just saturating. He's done with his aggression. He's happy. Doesn't check. He does not check. And we're getting into mech. 3 factories. Blue Flame is on the way. And, I mean, HonMonO doesn't have the worst economy. You know, he still is happily mining from this planetary base as well. And with these Hellions, he should be able to hold on to his natural. He's getting into this. Let's get into the main. Gets eyes on the would-be lair. Ling's gonna threaten that middle line, but we have Hellions, and we can force this back. And HonMonO, he's getting away with so much. It's disgusting. Oh my god. The CC is finishing. Hellions are gonna be forcing back all these Lings. We're now getting into Roaches. The game is gonna stabilize. We are stabilizing. It's happening. We're getting into this. MeomaikA is still being active with these Lings, but again, there's just very limited damage that he can really achieve, especially with all these Hellions that have now arrived. Oh, let's go. Dropper-lords are being set up, though. MeomaikA getting ready for a drop into the main. But the Hellions aren't too far away, so I don't know how much potential there is with this. Dropper-lord has been spotted. We're actually going to be fanning out our Hellions. We're not in position. Hellions are going for a counterattack, which means these Lings, they can get damage done. Yeah, they're being distracted by the Lings of MeomaikA. We got on top of the Marines. But we have Hellion reinforcements, and we should be okay. Blue Flame is kicking in. 1 Ling survives to get the hell out of there. No, he still doesn't know. Another planetary finishes up. Oh my god. And Mio, he's getting damaged done, don't get me wrong. Behind this, we're getting into roach production. 1-1 is on the way. Sorry, 1-2 is on the way. Another hatchery as well. Very limited crease spread. Very MeomaikA, for those wondering. As he checks, he sees. He gets eyes on the fourth base. The lings get cleaned up. But I was going to say, if you're unfamiliar with MeomaikA, he is one that very rarely spreads creep. He stays on a very low queen count. Only enough queens to inject. So, again, very little vision or control of the map. Roach speed is now done, and we are cutting workers here at 62, just under 3-way saturation. We haven't taken gases here at the third, and we are pushing out. We're going to be hitting a timing here with 1-2. The upgrades are lined up for this. And can we break this planetary? The tanks are quite far behind. They're not here to support. The planetary is on its own. We're going to try and repair. Reinforcements are on the way. Can we take down the base? Oh my god. And it looks like the base is barely going to fall. We have enough. We have more than enough roaches. We take down the third. And every single worker here as well. 17 dead SCVs. And MeomaikA, he can rotate around and hit the other planetary. Again, the tanks are too far back. They're not here to actually support this army or protect the bases. Yeah, the tanks, they're just forced or zoned away. Down goes the third. Now down will go the fourth as well. Again, HonMonO just spreading himself far too thin. And MeomaikA behind this, he is droning, taking another hatchery. Even catching some of the tanks. Does catch a tank. With pure roaches, we're going to have a hard time pushing in, but there's not much to support. Where's the buffer? The boys, they have to be pulled, and the tanks are being focused down one after the other. Good target firing here from MeomaikA, and he's snowballing out of control. Gets into the middle line. 23 plus SCV is going to be going down, and there are 0 tanks left. HonMonO was too greedy. What he did was illegal. GG gets called. And MeomaikA takes an even greater lead in this series. GG. Oh my god. The hell did we just watch? That was nonsense. Oh my god. I don't know how much I want to attribute that game to the map or to the players, because what HonMonO did was crazy. Was actually insane. And to be fair, he almost got away with it, right? He almost got away with it. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Okay. I understand. So, quickly for some context. The reason why HonMonO was so greedy, obviously he's never played on this map before. He's letting us know he thought that the map was cut in half. He thought that the mineral patches, all those mineral patches that were scattered around the map, he thought that they were actually cutting the map in half and they were stopping any kind of attack path. So he misinterpreted the map a little bit and wasn't aware that it was just a long rush distance and you could still just move between them. So that's why he was being so greedy. That's why he was being so crazy. So yeah, just misinterpreted the map a little bit. And I mean, they're playing for the first time. It makes sense. It's hard to like kind of get a read on what you can and can't get away with. And, you know, you have very little time to adapt. Very little time. But now it makes sense why he was doing something illegal. He thought it was legal. Aye. Here we go. Next game. We're loading in to... I'm not too sure who made this map. Says official TLMC, so I'm not too certain, but it is going to be Lotus up next. Here we go. Catching up. I'm trying to catch up in the chat as well. Six-hour match in Hyper New Map. This makes it sad. I have to go to work now. Looks like an amazing series. Oh, have fun at work. Have fun. Take care, Papi. Take care. It's like you can always watch the VOD. You can always tune into the VOD. But here we go. We're just going to be continuing here with this series and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lotus. We have the Vietnamese Zerg for Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. And in the top right, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran for Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. And I need to take a moment to let it all sink in. Oh my god! Okay. I need to, my brain has to wrap its head around this. Okay, so we have some gold bases leading into an attack path for a very short rush distance by ground here. Oh my god, the bridges look nice though. I'm loving these bridges. They look very, yeah, I don't know why, they remind me of like Warcraft or something, but yeah. So we have some gold bases. We have the Zolnaga, of course, in the center of the map, actually cut off by these rocks. And it is going to be forcing a bit of a longer rush distance instead, forcing the players to expand towards the left-hand side. A lot of bases very wide open over here as well. Once again, another Zolnaga. Actually, we can access this at least from behind. And yeah, I am curious. I'm curious as well. I haven't looked into the maps. I wonder if there's going to be an island base. You know, we've been clamoring for island bases for so long. It used to be a feature that has since been phased out of StarCraft, and I'm sure there's going to be an island-based map at some point here in this best of 19. This time, not a CC first, a Rax expand. Rax expand here from HonMonO. Likewise, we do have a relatively standard opener as well from Mir. Hatch gas pool. Spawning pool's done. Queens are on the way, soon to be Lings. We are getting into the swing of things. More bridges. More bridges here towards the left. HonMonO going for a Reaper first, getting across the map, and this looks a lot more normal. I need to calm myself down after the nonsense that we've been watching, and just not just the maps, but also the builds as well. And MeomaikA's cutting Lings. Oh, MeomaikA being a little bit too greedy, maybe assuming his opponent would go CC first, is woefully underprepared for this Reaper. Drones have to go back to the main base. Spore and Gas Geyser is forced out. Again, MeomaikA trying to defend with purely Queens. So very greedy here from MeomaikA. He doesn't lose any of his drones though, so good control. Did lose mining time, but overall he maintains control of his two bases. Across the map, 3rd CC before Starport. A very economic opener here. And I'm looking forward to potentially 3cc 2-on-1. Yep, there it is. Second Rax. For the first time this series, it's not mech, it's bio. And, you know, HonMonO, he loves playing mech whenever he can, true, but he has really good bio control. Like, he's all about that aggression, the drop play, the multi-prong harassment. Oh, Reaper does take a lot of hits, but I'm happy to see that, again, we're going into bio, not mech this time. Meanwhile, that is a... All 4 gases have been taken. That is a 3 minutes, even sub 3 minute lair timing here from MeomaikA. Has been scouted, has been spotted. With 4 gases, this looks like Spire. This looks like 2 base Muta. If it was 3 gases, I would say Hydrogen, but we'll see. We'll see what MeomaikA brings to the table here, as he has been scouted. Looking at the vision, HonMonO, he did see a lot of the gases being taken as well. And there it is, 2 base Muta. And with the rush distance by ground being so, the rush distance by air being so short, it makes sense. It makes sense to rush into mutas. Meanwhile, gold bases are being taken from both players. Hellions are moving out. HonMonO, he has a piece of the puzzle, but because it's MeomaikA, for all he knows, it could be Hydras. He did not see all 4 gases, so he doesn't have confirmation that it's going to be mutas. He has not confirmed. He doesn't know. Hellions are pushing in. They dive into the mineral line. Where are the Lings, by the way? Barely any of them. Drones are getting roasted. 4 workers go down. We're going to get even more, and we dive into the main base. Very important. We need a scout. We need to figure out what's going on. We confirm the gases. We get behind the mineral line. Up, and we do see the Spire. Very important scout. We see the Spire. 11 drones as well. We disrupt the economy. And HonMonO can prepare back at home. Bunkers are on the way. eBay is done. Turrets soon thereafter. And he went 2-on-1, so he has plenty of Marines. So HonMonO is in a damn good position. I know that MeomaikA has a lead so far in this series, that's true, but here maybe MeomaikA having a little bit too much fun. Rushing into that Spire. Lings, they try to harass, but we have this base up and running, fully operational. MeomaikA, he's getting there. The Lings, they bypass the Marines. They go straight for the natural. The wall is not a wall. Oh, the Widow Mine! Oof, doesn't go off. We do clean up the Lings. Again, mutas are on the way. How many mutas? We have 7 mutas, soon to be 8. This is enough to one-shot workers. Turret is done, but it's in a really awkward position. Oh, 3 drones go down. There we go. Second turret's on the way. Not a bad start for MeomaikA. He hasn't lost a muta yet, but he has to be careful. There are Widow Mines out on the field, Marines as well. And MeomaikA, he is just trying to... Actually, he's not droning. He hasn't even saturated his gold. Going straight for the bunker. The repairs are too good. The bunker does stand strong. GG gets called. MeomaikA, he knows he's just far too behind. And HonMonO fights back, putting a point on the board. GG. GG, well played. Again, MeomaikA, he sustained too much damage early on, losing 11 drones, and the mutas didn't get the damage that they needed to stabilize, to even things up. HonMonO, he's fighting back. And what map do we have next? Sonder. Where the... Hyper1, if you're in the chat, let us know. How did you find all these maps? How did... What? Ay. What led you to all of the... Did you just like roll some dice and just... How? Especially considering that some of these maps aren't TLMC maps, from my understanding. Unless they all are. They could all be. But a lot of these maps don't have TLMC variations, so I'm assuming that they're not. So here we go. Sonder is up next. Shorter rushes and spy ground. Oh boy. Let's go. I wonder, are there any 4-player maps? That would be crazy. It's been a long time since we've had 3 or 4-player maps in the map pool. This is not one of them, but I'd love to see it. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix this. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Sonder, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player. Wait, what? There we go. Okay. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu, leading the series 3-2. It is MeomaikA. And spawning in the top left, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran. Representing Team Hyper1, we have HonMonO. Tying it up, fighting back, and oh, this map looks a little bit familiar to me, actually. It does look familiar. Once again, we do have mineral walls and even rocks here on the left-hand side covering that natural. This is crazy, though. Oh my god. It's been a while since we've seen a map like this. Essentially, we have a pocket base. This is, yeah, we have a pocket base here on the left-hand side. And HonMonO, he's going for a 2-Rax opener, walling off here, getting a free 3-base setup. Oh my god. Okay, this is crazy. So the slow zones are back. We have slow zones. We have El Zelnaga that's covered by rocks, so we actually can't use it. Interesting. On top of a wormhole even, so interesting placement for the Zelnaga. But yeah, essentially we have to have a pocket base with plenty of gases and minerals to work with as well. Reapers are going to be on the way, hoping to contain MeomaikA here to a 2-base economy. What is curious as well, our fourth base is actually quite far away if we expand towards the right-hand side. So towards the left, a little bit more safer, a little bit more secure. Again, slow zones in the center of the map. God, there's always a lot to take in. Always a lot to take in, as we have MeomaikA going into a much faster gas geyser, much faster spawning pool. He's going for a roach rush. Roaches are on the way. I'm a little bit concerned for Mio. I'm curious if HonMonO knows how to respond. So we have seen Björn shut down roach rushes so easily with this build. Once you realize what's going on, we need a bunker in front of the wall. We need tech labs and marauder production. And Reaper dives in. We do manage to barely take down. Oh, the tumor does fall. We get behind the mineral line, and it looks like HonMonO, he will get eyes on the roach warren. He's aware of what's going on, and now the question becomes, does he know how to react? There it is, tech labs. Tech labs are on the way. Bunkers are also going to be required as well. Double tech lab here from HonMonO. Should be getting some Marauder production. And there it is, bunkers here in front as well. Oh, he watches beyond, Bobby. He knows. He knows how to defend. Oh, even a third, a little bit of an overreaction, but we have a third bunker behind this. Here we go. MeomaikA are going to be sending everything across the map. Now, does HonMonO have enough time to actually get these bunkers up and running? Does he have enough time as the roaches are waddling across the map? But the slow zone not helping MeomaikA here. Ay, ay, ay. Roaches are taking a lot of hits. And as we pull back, the Marauders, they have arrived. We need to buy some time. We need a couple more seconds, and the bunkers do complete. Whew. There we go. Going to be rotating our Marauders over. We need maybe one more SCV. I mean, we have a third SCV here to repair. There we go. The third SCV is brought forward. And MeomaikA is going to be forced back for the time being. He did drone up at least a little bit. Link speed on the way. We're saturating the natural. MeomaikA backs off. Okay. A very mature decision. Honestly, MeomaikA, he's going to have a really hard time breaking this. It's very difficult to break this position with only roaches. So he respects it. He backs off. He drones. We're getting into a longer game. Working on those mineral patches. Soon to take a third. Yeah, we do see HonMonO. He's aware he's safe. So likewise, he's also working on his third CC. And the game will progress from here. Beautiful. And from here, with these tech labs, we can get into stim, combat shields. We could see, I mean, we should be seeing a 3cc 2-on-1. Scan into the main, confirms the lack of lair, confirms the lack of additional gases. So HonMonO, he should know that he's pretty safe and sound, that his opponent should be droning. Should be droning, and yeah, the game is going to calm down from here. We have a interesting third racks behind this. Okay. Delayed third CC from HonMonO. Going for a third racks, going for, okay, third racks, then into the third CC. So this is going to be a pretty strong timing here. Basically, HonMonO, he should be getting a reactor. He should be building up a massive Marine Marauder army and hitting a timing with stim and combat shields. He should be pushing out before medevacs, before the factory at the starport. He should be, but we'll see if he commits. Again, the slow zones really do make things awkward. As one of the Reapers goes down, MeomaikA double expanding, taking his third and his fourth base. Moving out, will shut down. Oh, the Reapers as well. Big pickups from MeomaikA. And here we go. We are just going to be cutting workers at 45. Link speed is on the way. Lair in production as well from Meo. He's droning behind this. He is going to be threatening a dive though. Oh, can he get this around? Up, and he barely, almost does get this around. The boys are being pulled as well. Where are the Marines, Poppy? Barely any Marines, and we do break through the bunkers. We have busted on through, forcing back the army. And it looks like there just aren't enough Marines here to defend. No Marines whatsoever. We have made it through. Behind this, again, we didn't even need all these drones. We could just commit nonetheless. And there just isn't enough here to hold. GG gets called. And MeomaikA will take a further lead here in the series. GG, well played. Oof. Again, initially it was a good hold from HonMonO. He was also able to confirm the droning as well. But alas, he did have just far too many Marauders at the end of the day there. Didn't have enough links to support. Of course, had delayed factory. Even with the delayed factory, you can defend. But you do need to actually have a bunker behind that wall. It's something that Bjorn does, where he actually does keep the bunker behind that initial wall, and he has Marines here. He has SCVs to repair, to defend. And with that, we take a lead. We do take a lead in the series. Further lead even. And what map do we have next? Let's find out. Anomaly. Anomaly is up next. Where are you taking us? I'm assuming it's a TLMC version. Why does it have a warning on it? Oh. Okay, TLMC version. Let's go. I just want a macro. We've yet to really experience a more later game. I mean, I guess we have with all the mech games, to be fair. I just want more of a bio back and forth here. Anomaly. Okay, we're looking into it. Here we go. We're diving on in. Best of 19. Oh, go Joey. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Go Joey. Scoreline is 4-2. Oh, my apologies. My apologies. My apologies. We'll fix it. I got you covered. Sorry, it's a lot to keep track of. Thank you, Poppy. Oh my god! Oh, we've casted this map before. I remember this. Here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Anomaly. When did we cast this? I want to say, was it Mapper's Delight? We have casted on this map in the past, a couple of years ago. I distinctly remember this map, and here we go. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have our Vietnamese Zerg player. Hold on, just setting up the scoreline. There we go. Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. And spawning in the top right, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran from the land of Japan, HonMonO. Hyper 1. Here we go, and yeah, we have a maze-like route here. I'm trying to remember, who did we cast on this map? God, was it Trigger? A couple of years ago, did we cast Trigger on this map? I can't remember why, but yeah, maybe it was Mapper's Delight, maybe it was another TLMC related event. I think so. I think we casted like something with TLMC maps. And yeah, what's interesting about this map is, of course, we do have some pocket bases. Sorry, pocket bases? What? Island bases even. Island bases towards the bottom right and top left-hand corner of the map. Likewise, as we do have a kind of winding kind of expansion pattern, we also have rocks throughout the center of the map. We have these bridges as well to kind of shorten the rush distance to push out. Again, we do have some very narrow choke points though, so technically, if we did play mech, we could wall off. We could wall off quite easily here and have some brutal tank positionings covering a lot of these attack paths. So that is a big thing that you have to bear in mind, and a big thing that you can take advantage of on this map. Again, just because of how narrow so much of this is. So I'm curious as, once again, we do have a 2-Rax opener here from HonMonO. Oh, very different though. Okay, so it's going to be a... Yeah, we do have a 2-Rax opener here from HonMonO, going straight into Marine production, skipping his Reaper, and skipping his SCV Scout. Ooh. Meanwhile, we have prioritized gas mining link speed already on the way for MeomaikA. Getting into his droning, getting into his Queen production. We are settling into this. So I was talking about how, like, you know, there's a lot of potential here to wall off and to just turtle up. But alas, that is not what we're getting here out of HonMonO. We're getting a more bio-oriented build. I'm curious if we go straight for a 2-1-1 or if we go for a 3cc variation instead. I am curious. Looks like Hyper One, he's giving some fun facts in the chat. Thank you. Why big monos are? Oh. Sorry, just trying to catch up. For now, we do see MeomaikA. Interesting, going for a very upgrade-heavy style. This is something that we have seen from Meo. He is one that is willing to go for a really fast 1-1 and very fast 2-2 as well for a mass link style. It's something that he does enjoy doing here against Terran. It's one of those things where MeomaikA, sure, he's known for like his fast Hydra style in ZVT, but he has a lot more than that available. He has mass Muta, he has mass Ling. This leads into ultras, you know, 1-1 into 2-2 into a Hive into ultra production. We'll see if MeomaikA can get there. Again, he has a lot of really wide, diverse play available in his kind of wheelhouse. Behind this, a very committed build. It is going to be a 2-on-1, straight up, a delayed third CC here from HonMonO, which means he's putting a lot of pressure on himself to push out, to actually get a lot of damage done. eBay thrown down as well, 4+1. So again, very committed here from our Terran player. I'm not going to go as far as to say all in, but very committed nonetheless. It means that this push has to deal damage because he is delaying his expansion, delaying his economy here in favor of this aggression. As we're going for the add-on swap, going for medevacs. Behind this, a really interesting position for the lair. Lair here at the third. Creep is spreading, by the way. Lair in production. Again, this lair should be for fast 2-2. And of course, bailing speed eventually as well. There are times where MeomaikA skips bailing speed and he just relies on pure ling. I'm curious if that's going to be the case here, or if he does get into bailings as well. Marines, they have been spotted. Medevacs are on the way. We have another Rax. Oh, we're so committed here. We're doubling down. Continuing to delay our third. Here we go. The drop is upon us. We're building up our tank count behind this. Thinking about going for an add-on swap. The drop has been spotted. MeomaikA, he knows, he is aware. He's taking additional gas geysers. He should be taking up. And it's going to be Ling Muta here from Meo. Okay. A little bit more old school. Mutas are on the horizon. Overlord is going to go down. Again, this is hitting with Stim. It's going to be threatening the bases here of Meo, just focusing on clearing up creep. Now, this first push doesn't have to do too much damage. This is the setup. The setup here for what comes next. And what's next? Tanks. We have tanks, we have Marines. There we go. We're sending everything across the map. We do now have a third CC on the way, but very delayed third here from HonMonO. He needs this push to get damage done. And I was talking about how these narrow choke points can be really used well defensively, offensively as well. Like, God, it's going to be so difficult to engage here, especially with the tanks on the other side of this wall. And it looks like, I believe we are within range of the Evo chambers. Again, we're rushing into 2-2. The tanks can shell away at this. Evo chambers under threat. MeomaikA, he has to try to deal with this. And +2 is going to be denied. +2 carapace of all things as well. Oh my, we can get 2-2. We can deny +2 as well. Melee, I should say. Oof. Brutal position for those Evo chambers. They both get shut down. And there's just nothing that MeomaikA can do about this. He cannot engage. Bunkers are on the way to cover the ramp. Oh my god, to cover the bridge even. Brutal. In a way, almost walling MeomaikA in. He's taking another base, expanding towards the north. Creep is receding. So far, good moves here from HonMonO, but mutas are on the way. Do we have anything at home? Not much, actually. We have a patrolling Cyclone, but these mutas, they can counterattack. Actually, we're gonna be collapsing. The tanks are unsieged. The tanks, they unsiege at the wrong moment. The bunkers do finish up. We just surround this army. The bunkers will fall. We can barely focus down the tanks as well, and we will clean this up. Ay, ay, ay. Again, who needs bailings? And there's nothing left. Only medevacs are being chased down one after the other. HonMonO trying to split them up, trying to buy some time. 2-2 was reset, is being rebuilt here back at home. But now HonMonO is being contained to 2 bases. He has a planetary on the way. Can he hold on? He looks like he will. Forces back the army. Planetary in production. MeomaikA just amassing nothing but lings and mutas. Cutting workers here at 3-base saturation. Planetary isn't done. But we get a really good position here behind the mineral line. And HonMonO, he is going to be able to hold on. Did lose a lot of it in his attack earlier. 3 medevacs, a tank. But he is holding. And again, he's not too far behind economically. Unfortunately, he is forced to make an orbital. Sorry, forced to make a planetary. Without the orbital, he is limited when it comes to his mules available. So not the strongest economy here from HonMonO. And behind this, MeomaikA has full map control. He's on 4 bases. He's working on a 5th base. Infestation pits on the way. I mentioned earlier that typically MeomaikA goes like fast 2-2 into Hive, into Ultras. That's going to be a big possibility here for Meo. I don't know how good Ultra's going to be specifically on this map, as we're getting a bit of latency here, and I'm not a ref. I can't pause the game.
Game paused.
But hopefully everything is okay. Just gonna be making sure that just making sure that, you know, we're not downloading anything in the background, no like Steam downloads or any other patches. Making sure no one else is using the Wi-Fi. And yeah, we're more than happy to just allow the game to settle. Meo, he's letting us know that sometimes he gets lag spikes to Taiwan. We are playing on the Taiwanese server. So we're just taking a moment here to calm things down. Oh. And yeah, to take stock a little bit, the game is settling. I mean, we do see HonMonO actually being active, quite active with drop play. And he has potential here, especially with MeomaikA still continuing to take up, but he's actually droning quite a lot. We'll calm down. We're catching up. Is it supposed to be -0's anomaly? There you go. Oh wait, is this the wrong anomaly? I think we're good. Oh my god, MeomaikA's got 1,000 ping. Jesus. Ay. But yeah, it looks like, again, we may have too much ping issues here, and we can always remake. We can always, you know, restart the lobby and resume from replay. That could help things out. But it looks like the players are agreeing to looks like they're agreeing to play on Korea after this, which makes sense. Like, if the Taiwanese server is a little bit unstable for MeomaikA, then we can just hop over to Korea. Should be okay. Should be okay. Okay, we're just saying, yeah, all good, all good. Submitted by -0. Do we have any AVEX maps? AVEX used to be big into this as well. Also, for some context, for this show match, best of 19, what does that mean? First to 10. First to 10 wins, but we're still making our way there. And I'm just happy to see that it's a back and forth. It's a back and forth, and we've had so many amazing games already. Just some clown fiestas, a lot of nonsense. It's been beautiful. Oh, but it looks like things are clearing up, and
Game resumed.
we are getting back into this. Here we go. So again, we will be switching over to the Korean server after this game. Just hoping that things do settle down. And here we go. We do have HonMonO sneaking up behind the 4th base. The 5th base even. Yeah, the tanks they have sieged up once again, taking advantage of this position. Does force a cancel. From here, Baneling Nest is done. Baneling Speed on the way. We do have the infestation bit, but no hive yet. Oh, I could feel the ping as well. I could feel it as the Muse try to engage. They shut down the medevac first. The Marines should be going down soon thereafter. Clutch transfuse. Oh. It's MeomaikA in the midst of all this taking another hatchery. Will we ever see the island bases? With Mutas out, unlikely for the Terran, but maybe for the Zerg. Oof. As yeah, you can see the latency there, the stuttering. Ay. Remaining speed about to kick in. HonMonO forced to back off. Not a bad trade for him, you know, to deny base. But is gonna have to race back home. Force TC on the way. MeomaikA has maxed out. Banelings are in production. Now pushing through these bridges is still gonna be very difficult to accomplish. We'll see if MeomaikA can pull it off. As the mutas, they do rotate around, threaten that natural base. The tanks are on siege! No, the tanks are on siege. No SimCity either. We collapse on this position. And we get a full surround. We swallow up the bio army, the tanks as well. We have more Marines coming in, but we have plenty of Ling Bane. As we ignore the planetary, we go straight for the natural. Factory goes down. +3 is on the way, but there's just so much on the ground. So many Lings, so many Banelings. Again, the meter control has been good enough to just shut down whatever comes out of this production. Yeah, we dive on in. We deny drilling claws. It's not going to finish. The Ling army was cleaned up. Really good positioning from HonMonO. Very surprising that he was able to deal with that. But we have more Lings on the way. And even with 1,000 ping, mate, who needs ping? Again, really brutal choke point here, but the eBay can be focused down as well. We go for the Metamax. We go for the army instead. Marines are going down. A rough trade here for MeomaikA, but you know what? He just has an overwhelming army. Mine shots go off. And we have broken the army. GG gets called. MeomaikA takes another game. He's halfway there. GG. GG, well played. With that, MeomaikA, he takes a 5th game. Remember, 1st to 10. We're halfway there. Oh my god, there was a lot of potential with how HonMonO was playing that out, but again, we were talking about some of the big features and advantages of the map, and he wasn't quite set up defensively. Again, no bunkers, no SimCity, no wall there at those bridges. The tanks unfortunately were unsieged as well, so HonMonO unfortunately was woefully underprepared for that, and yeah, with that, MeomaikA does take it. And we are going to be getting into our next game here. Oh, let's go. This is one of our very own. A map from Hyper 1. Let's go. Do love to see it. As a reminder for context, this is going to be on the Korean server this time, just to make sure there's no latency issues, or to minimize them. We're going to be loading into Sagoma. I feel like I'm saying like a meme. Like, you know how they say, I'm not gonna say. Oh my god. It's like along the lines of those, like, yeah. Sounds weird. Is it? I'll stick with Sagoma. I really hope to see all these maps. I hope so as well. Surely it's not a meme name, right? Surely. So loading in. Don't read it backwards. Oh, I know this map. Of course. No, yeah. Unironically, it is a meme name. Where is it? Where's the thing? You can't see it. Is there a? It's Among Us. You can't see it underneath the expansions. There's the Among Us. There's the survivors, the people, the spacemen. But here we go in the top right hand corner of Among Us, Sagoma. We have the South Korean Terran player. Oh my god, sorry. Do you have to get this ready? There we go. We have the South Korean Terran living in the land of Japan. Ooh, representing Hyper 1, it is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Vietnamese Zerg, representing Team Ghost, who's going for a pull first. It is MeomaikA. So I just realized I pressed the wrong button, but it's fine. Look closely. Oh, yeah, there it is. You can barely see him. There he is, over the expansion. Can I see it here? Among Us. Oh my god. But yeah, okay, let's go. Let us go. As for now, we're getting into our openers again. It was a pull first variation here from MeomaikA. We have a pseudo island base. Are these? Okay, we do have an island base here, gold and a half gold base here in the center of the map. We have speed zones coming into them. We have slow zones surrounding them here, at least surrounding the kind of air attack path. So A very interesting base, very difficult to hold on to. Once again, more... God, there are slow zones everywhere. Jesus Christ. Slow zones literally all throughout the center of the map. And even, what's happening? We have just like random gold patches everywhere. Gas geysers as well. Yeah, really interesting map. Very unorthodox. Very unorthodox. And some, of course, island bases. Oh my... Island bases with only gas geysers. This is unique. No mineral patches, 4 gases instead. What's this? I don't know. There's something here. Now behind this we have a Rax expand into a factory. Speaking of, MeomaikA taking the center base. I was talking about just how weird it was, but okay, it's kind of a half gold base, 4 gold patches, 4 regular patches as well. Rushing into it as a third. Queens are coming out. We went for a pool first, but I believe only made queens. Reaper's going to be threatening that natural. And we are going to be able to hold on. Behind this, HonMonO, is he thinking about expanding here at the center base? No shot. Does he want it? I mean, it could just be the triangular third, but I kind of wanted to take the center base, not gonna lie. Meanwhile, the Reaper dives into the main, chipping away at those drones, getting into a fast lair. Very fast lair here from MeomaikA. Gases are being taken. This looks like a Hydra rush. 3 gases, fast lair, gold minerals being taken. Ling Hydra feels like is going to be the answer here for MeomaikA, but we'll keep an eye on him. We'll see if he takes a 4th gas, which would lead into Muta play. Behind this is going to be a 3cc 2-on-1, economic variation of the 2-on-1 this time. I see in the chat, the thing on the left is a healing shrine. Oh, okay. That's crazy. Healing shrine here. Meanwhile, we do have a very awkward narrow choke point here, but the Hellions, they do slip on in. Ultras cannot go past this, fun fact. They're too thick, they're too big. Too swole. The wall! The wall is not a wall. The Hellions, they do bust in. They get eyes on the gas guys. They will spot the Hydra. And we said earlier it was 3 gases, which screams Hydras. And it has been confirmed by HonMonO. He knows, he's aware. Getting 2 worker kills, nothing too crazy, only 2 workers, but scouting information is what's important. He does get eyes on everything. But little does he know that the goal base has also been taken by Meo. Behind this, Stim, of course, on the way. Going for the add-on sword, but going for those medevacs so we can be active on the map. Double E base, and yeah, we're just taking the standard 3rd base location. We're not going for the gold. But once again, this base is pretty heavily fortified. We have rocks on the left-hand side, and we have a very, even more narrow than the previous game. So narrow, with slow zones as well. How do we push in? We cannot. Again, with a solid wall, with like a tank behind this, 2 tanks even. Oh, never mind. I was like, man, it's crazy. You just can't break this. But we're taking the linear 3rd. We're going to be saving this as a 4th. But regardless, very difficult to push in. Ling's going to be slipping on forward, getting an eye on a would-be 3rd. And the drops are moving out. As MeomaikA is happily mining from this gold. Things are being forced out. And here comes that double drop. Oh, through the slow zone, so it's going to be a pretty awkward drop. I believe spotted by the Overlord. Yeah, MeomaikA is getting in position. Has his Hydras. Lings are on the way. MeomaikA joining up to 49. Focusing on those, of course, those rich mineral patches as well. And here comes that drop. MeomaikA a little bit out of position, but he has his Hydras. He can focus down the medevacs. 1 medevac does go down. Not a bad pick off here from Meo. And now the aggression is going to continue. HonMonO just second guessing himself about which expansion he wants to take. Going for the center base, but the Lings are pushing in. Can the Hydra slip through? They barely can. They slither on in. Barely making it. The tank is not in position. The tanks, they do siege up. Really awkward here to reinforce for Meo. Very awkward. But here we go. The tanks there on siege. We're trying to dive on top of them. Oh, pick up here from HonMonO. Nice control. Does keep them alive. Boys are being pulled. The Marines are stuck on the other side of the wall. And we're going straight for the CC instead. Oh, can we get a kill? That's a kill on the orbital. A big loss there for HonMonO. We dive on forward. We get a tank. Ay, ay, ay. HonMonO in a brutal position here. Stuck at home. Contained to 2 bases. MeomaikA snowballing out of control with this gold. Again, if HonMonO was aware of the gold base, instead of dropping here at the main, I'm sure he would have seen some more aggression here at the gold instead, or even the Hellion run by at the gold. Regardless, it's too little too late. MeomaikA going for going for infestation pits. 2 of them. Okay, we cancel 1, thankfully. Infestation pits on the way. For Hive Tech, for Vipers. Pushing into these tank lines is going to be difficult, but again, MeomaikA, he just doesn't really have to. No with Vipers. Containing HonMonO to 2 bases is going to be MeomaikA's win condition. Until he gets into that Hive Tech. SCVs are going down. HonMonO threatening a stim. Oh, are we transitioning into mech? We have like 3 factories. Crazy. +1 vehicle weapons on the way. Factory is going to be cancelled. I'm just looking a bit exposed. I don't think MeomaikA needs to force the issue. We need to calm down. We don't have to push into the natural. Not necessary. Okay, calm down, Bobby, calm down. Behind this, Hive on the way. Of course, 2-2 kicking in. MeomaikA backing off for a moment. Oof. Big tank shots. HonMonO going to be able to stim on forward and chase this down. Overlord does fall as well. MeomaikA is going to back off. Meanwhile, there's that Hive on the way. And again, this should be for Vipers. Once we get Vipers out, we can abduct, we can Blinding Cloud, we can break this position. Now, MeomaikA, fun fact, he actually doesn't have the best economy. He's still on 60 workers. He could totally drone up even further. He is very undersaturated here at the gold base. He's taking another hatchery, but because of the low worker count, MeomaikA isn't as far ahead as he otherwise could be. Diving on the army. Into the tank line, though. Once again, a premature attack here from Meo. That was not a good trade from our Zerg player. Ultra Caverns on the way. No Vipers. And again, without Vipers, we can't push into this. Not into 5 tanks. Neo's gonna back off for a moment. Working on his upgrades, Adrenal, +3 Carapace, +1 melee. Like, the upgrades are good, don't get me wrong. The droning still lacking here for Meo. So because of his low worker count, it means that if he takes a bad fight, he's gonna have a really hard time remaxing. He doesn't have a bank. No bank to work with. Ling's gonna be threatening a counterattack. Once again, they take tank shots to the face. It's all to the face. And HonMonO, he's getting back into this. He has almost a better economy. Like, his worker count is looking strong for HonMonO. This is true, and I love that he's walling off here as well on the right-hand side. But he's oversaturated. He needs a 4th base to actually mine efficiently, to actually have a comparable economy. The Lings! They're coming from behind! They get on top of the tanks. 1, 2 tanks go down. HonMonO, he forgot to wall off here on the right. So some nice pickups from MeomaikA, trading minerals for gas. There it is. CC on the way. It is a little bit awkward to wall, but it's coming. There it is. Depots as well. If HonMonO really wanted to, he could even just wall off here instead and take this center base, but again, should be expanding towards the left-hand side. Neo still just doubling down here on ultras. Oh my god, we're pushing in again. Do we have kindness? We do. But we're trickling on forward. A lot of the army is still behind this, and oh god, god. Meo, calm down. +3 isn't done yet. +3 still on the way. That Ultra Cavern is dying. There was creep here at some point, and the Overlord was moved, and that Ultra Cavern is slowly dying. Yeah, I just noticed that. As we do have a wall of eBays, more ultras in production. Hopefully we notice, and hopefully we can spread creep here. Fingers crossed. Ultra speed still not researched, so we are still lacking ultra upgrades. Like, there's still a purpose to invest. Meanwhile, we're pushing up the ramp into another line of tanks. Oh my god, and can we break through? Big tank shot's gonna be going off. The Fungals connect! We get on top of the Marines. It's gonna be close here. We're down to 2 ultras. And soon to be down to 1. The Hydra survive. 1 ultra remains. Oh, it's bugging out. This SimCity's too good, and HonMonO takes a pretty efficient fight. I mean, let's have a look. Okay. Ooh, did lose 7 tanks. Lost 7 tanks in the process, killed 6 ultras. The infestors, 164 lings. Jesus. 164 lings died in that trade. Again, a more efficient fight from HonMonO, but again, he's not mining efficiently. He doesn't have a 4th. He needs this 4th base to get up and running. He needs the economy. Here we go. The ultras, they dive in. They catch a tank unsieged. We're stimming further back. That 1 ultra leading the charge. Is MeomaikA overextending? It feels like he is. He breaks into the natural. Lings, they're flooding into the mineral line. At the same time, Lings here at the 3rd base as well. It looks like MeomaikA has done it. It wasn't easy. He brute forced his way through. He headbutted the wall, and eventually the wall broke. The head, it's strong. It's powerful. It's a powerful head back. He breaks through the wall, gets into the mineral line. SCVs are going down. We're trying to save what we can. Hot pick up here on the workers, but everything is on fire. Again, MeomaikA, he didn't make it easy on himself. GG gets called, and Meo takes the game on Among Us. Among Us. GG. GG, well played. Oh my god, again, a crazy map. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see the healing pad made use of. I think it was the healing pad on the left-hand side. But yeah, just really quirky map and a lot of features to the map as well. It was wild. Was wild. Unfortunately, HonMonO, he never got an economy. His 3rd base was really late, and he never got a 4th up and running. Over time, he just ran out of steam. Ran out of momentum. And we have our next map, not quite Jagannatha, instead, Maganatha. Oh boy. Another map from Hyper 1. Another Hyper 1 map. And MeomaikA is edging ever closer here to that 10th win. He's getting there. He's on his way. Is on his way. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if halfway through we take a break. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if halfway through we just take a moment to like get some water, take a bit of a breather. Like, this is potentially 19 games in a row. Like, that's a lot of StarCraft. That's a lot of non-stop play. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, if the players ever ask for one, we're more than willing to accommodate. As we are loading on in. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Old Maganatha, we have our Vietnamese Zerg player. Huh. We have our Vietnamese Zerg representing Team Gosu. Ooh, it is MeomaikA. And spawning in the top right-hand corner. Oh, let's go. Sending out some boys. We have the South Korean Terran representing Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. Here we go. So we are pushing forward. What are you talking about? HonMonO lost 7k, Zerg lost 3k. The other way around, papi. Other way around, as we do have our pool first here, pool gas opener here from MeomaikA. Once again willing to open up aggressively, and so happens to be going up against a 2-Rax feels bad, man. Is that a destructible rock? No, that's a mineral patch, right? Yeah. We have a gold mineral patch here to try to take the space on the right-hand side. We have more gold minerals here on the right as well. The textures were kind of throwing me off a little bit, but I believe they're gold. A little bit darker shade. Love to see it. But it is going to be a proxy 2-racks here. Gases are being taken, so there's going to be 2-racks Reaper, I imagine, instead of the traditional 2-racks Marine. And we'll see what damage we can get done. Here we go. Sorry then. Yeah, it's all good. I know that the numbers can be hard to read sometimes. It's all good. Oh, sorry, we have Marines. Okay. I assumed because of the gas we would be going into Reaper production, but no, we're not. We're amassing Marines instead. Can we mine through these minerals? Do we have the power to pull that off? I am curious here, as we are going to be pushing on forward. Likewise, MeomaikA is in the dark. He hasn't yet scouted here. He's sending his overlords across the map. And we're... now I see what the gas was for. I assumed the gas would be for Reapers, but no, it's for a proxy factory. Okay. Let's go. Proxy factory coming out from HonMonO. I'm ready for it, Papi. I'm ready for it. Into a 3rd racks? Okay, I'm out of my wheelhouse. This is something that I have not seen before. Essentially just throwing down all the production across the map instead, doubling down here on aggression. MeomaikA still not fully aware. Overlord's gonna try to scout, get a read on where the expansions have been taken. Lings are moving out. MeomaikA cutting workers here at 19, waiting for Ling speed, and he's Ling flooding. Oh my god. Oh, they're spawning pools. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, sorry. There are spawning pools that are slowly dying here on the map as well, and we're going to be able to break through neutral spawning pools out on the map to eventually make the rush distance even shorter as they do slowly die. That's unique. I love that. That feels very Brood War-esque. Unfortunately, there's like broken textures, but really cool. We'll see Lings. They do find out the hard way that, of course, that there are some mineral patches here. We're mining through those patches. We do bust in, and we can go straight for the main. Straight into the main base. We have a tank on the way, a bunker as well. Oh, going for a bit of a pause. Is MeomaikA trying to be like, wait, what's happening? Here we go. Oh, did he lose some Lings after killing the spawning pool? I think, yeah, it's a little bit confused. It's okay, Papi. It's okay. We're trying to figure it out. It looks like there was maybe a little bit of a glitch there, but it's all good. We are pushing forward, and Marines, they do reveal themselves. MeomaikA still has no idea what's going on. His Lings are out of position. They're across the map, and here comes HonMonO. Tanks are sieging, bunkers on the way. MeomaikA racing back home, now aware of what's been going on. But is it too late? As here we go, the tanks shelling away at those queens. We do get us around. The bunker's not full. Get a couple of Marines in there, but it looks like, does MeomaikA have enough? He takes down the tank, he takes down the Marines, and he barely will get the bunker as well. Oh my god. Again, we did see HonMonO. He wasn't quite in position. He couldn't protect the tank in time. He was caught out. And that's going to be it. That's going to be his entire army cleaned up. Ay. Now, MeomaikA doesn't have the best economy behind this, but he's making enough Lings anyway. He's camping the production. GG gets called. It's just too much. And MeomaikA is 3 games away from winning the show match. GG. But that was crazy. That was wild. Again, I love the idea of having like these neutral spawning pools that slowly die over time, whether it's spawning pool or another building with more HP. Yeah, again, we have it reminds me of Brood War, because in Brood War there are neutral eggs, right? There are like these neutral like egg larvae out on the map that that have to be killed. Again, they got kind of creative with how they created maps, and yeah, I love that. I love that idea. It's so good. GG, MeomaikA had no idea what was coming his way, had no idea about the proxy, but he happened to be going for his own aggression, happened to be going for a faster spawning pool into a Ling flood, and eventually was able to collapse on that army. GG. And where the hell are we going next? I need to just make sure that we know what map it is. Alright, we're good. Up next, we're going to be loading into Monument of the Makers. Oh boy. Monument of the Makers up next, and oh my god, is this Bomberman? I'm looking at the map. Okay, let's go. We're loading into a grid back. Loading into a grid. We're ready. They're talking about the game. They're talking about the map, sorry. Made by Lindlair. Okay. Very unfamiliar. Acceleration zones are oriented laterally to aid the defender's movement, while inhibitor zones are oriented vertically to impede the attacker. Oh boy. This is taking me back. The grid is upon us. Here we go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner. Yeah, no count. Crazy. In the top left-hand corner of Monumental of the Makers. Oh my god. We have... Oh, sorry. As we're actually on the other side. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player going... Oh, sorry. I believe he cancelled one of his one of his eggs, but it should be okay. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. Now fix up the UI. And in the bottom right, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran living in the land of Japan, representing Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. Let me just fix this up. MeomaikA. Pull first, by the way. Pull first from MeomaikA. Huh. There we go. Bam. And then at the bottom, we have our red player as well. Beautiful. Just fixing things up. And again, MeomaikA, he has a strong lead here in this show match. Oh boy, now we can embrace the map a little bit here. Again, we have speed zones followed towards... Oh, right, of course. So we have speed zones to, horizontally. Likewise, we have slow zones laterally here. So reading the description earlier, talking about how it meant that the aggressor would have a disadvantage, the defender would have an advantage instead. Interesting concept. Very interesting. As we are going to be expanding. Oh my god, this natural base is so wide open. 2 entryways into the natural here, which can be opened up even further with these rocks. Wild. So we're going to need to get creative when it comes to this wall. This is insane. This is reminding me of, what is it, Daedalus Point? A Daedalus something, where you just had where it took 3 Nexuses to wall off on Daedalus Point. Was it Daedalus? The Wall of Daedalus? I can't remember. It was something like that. It was crazy. It was nonsense back in the day. But yeah, this is huge. Meanwhile, was a pull first opener. We have Lings moving out across the map. Back at home, we're going to get into a Rax expand into a factory. So standard opener here from HonMonO. Lings are soon to arrive, going the long way around the map, making use of these speed zones. And they are going to be able to delay the CC on the low ground. Here we go, as the SCVs are going to be forced back. So far, keeping the SCV alive, but delaying the CC nonetheless. Oh, behind this, HonMonO getting into a 3rd CC as well. Very economic opener here from our Terran player, forcing a lot of lost mining time though. A big blow here to the economy of HonMonO. As MeomaikA is going to be forced back, and HonMonO is going to be able to take control of his side of the map. With these cyclones, he could even try and chase down these overlords. Do we have any pillars? Kind of, I guess, in the dead space. We have a couple of pillars out of the map, but these overlords are very exposed, and yeah, we're going to be hunting them down. Uh-oh. Yeah, first overlord is going to be falling, and we should be able to get the second overlord as well. The speed zone is going to help, but the overlord will not escape. 2 overlords. Ay, that is brutal. A big supply block here for MeomaikA. Behind this, fast lair. We're rushing into a fast lair, taking a 3rd base, taking a 2nd gas. We'll see if this leads into 2 base muta or even into faster Hydra play. shall see. The colors on this map, yeah, it's the colors are brutal. As here we go, additional cyclones are on the way. We're gonna be walling off with the CC. That is the 4th, right? That's the 4th CC. Crazy. Being so greedy here. Behind this, we've only taken 2 of these gas geysers. 22 lings on the way. I'm still really curious as to what this lair is for. Are we going for a Nidus? No, we're rushing into an infestation pit? Swarm hosts? Question mark? Lings, they get us around. 1 cyclone will go down. The hatchery has taken a lot of damage, but we have so many more lings behind this, and we just collapse on this army. We get a 2nd cyclone, soon to be a 3rd, soon to be every single cyclone. Ay, ay, ay. HonMonO, he does get caught out. We're getting into a 4th hatchery behind this. Is this just for Adrenal? Just for Fast Hive? I'm really curious. Really curious what the plan for MeomaikA is. Meanwhile, back at home, yeah, we're just going to be walling off 2 separate walls. Makes plenty of sense. Got an eBay wall here on the left and a CC wall towards the right. Lings are moving out. We don't really have much behind this, but plenty of cyclones. And yep, it is going to be a rush into Hive. So I guess MeomaikA is just massing Lings. Again, only 2 gases, so this could just be for fast. Oh, but we don't have Evo chambers for +1. Ultras? Like, part of me feels like we're rushing into Adrenal, but yeah, we're lacking our Evo upgrades, and we have plenty of gas to work with, so I'm still a little bit perplexed as to how this is all piecing together for MeomaikA. As rocks are being knocked down, this is another factory as well. We're playing mech, of course we are, getting back into the mech style of things. Another CC on the way. Ay, 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 calm down. We're getting a couple of infestors just to be safe. Evo chambers were heavily delayed. MeomaikA has a lot of gas to work with. Ultras? Question mark? I feel like these Evos are unintentionally late. Yeah, Adrenal's on the way, but no +1 melee, no +1 carapace. Hydras, we're just whipping everything out. We don't even care anymore. We scare the main. We see the Hive. I'm sure HonMonO a little bit perplexed as well. Ooh, it's gonna be a cancel on the CC. The Lings, they flood on in. There's almost nothing here to defend. We were cutting so many corners. We're down to 2 cyclones, down to 1. It is gonna be protected. It won't be surrounded. But these are brutal trades here for HonMonO. Again, he's cutting so many corners, and it looks like the cyclone is barely gonna go down. HonMonO will hold, but this was a brutal trade for him. And just walling off, trying to establish a 3rd. Trying to take another base. Behind this, yeah, just gonna be Ling Hydra. Just fast Adrenal. Why not? I think the Evo chambers were meant to be thrown down earlier, but they were misplaced, or the drones were moved away. As we're just flooding Lings. It's just pure Ling. Just mass Ling here from Meo. Working his way through the rooms. This is reminding me of like Cube, you know, like getting through like a death room one at a time. And there's a lot of dying. It's happening. 3 SCVs go down. Like, it's amazing you're trying to escape. Another wall is set up. HonMonO trying to hold on here. We have that 1 infestor coming into play. The tank is exposed. The planetary is not done. Oof. And this is just far too much damage here. We get into the middle line. 26 plus SCV is going to be going down. A fungal on the workers. Was that necessary? Ah, why not? As we break into the main base. MeomaikA getting out of control here. He will eventually be cleaned up, but he has done so much damage. That's 43 dead workers. Behind this, he's getting up to 3-base saturation, 67 drones. Another base on the way. No creep. It's MeomaikA. We don't need creep. We have speed zones. We have plenty of speed zones. No creep is required. As we're going into double spire. Eventually broodlords, I imagine. Double spire on the way. MeomaikA at this point, I mean, he has a lot of freedom. He has a lot of freedom to work with. Going for a big counterattack. Going straight for that CC. Containing HonMonO here to 2 bases. And yeah, it's gonna be a tough ask here to break free. I mean, he's got a lot of command centers. You know, he's got a lot of SV production, I suppose. But it's still a pretty tough deficit here. He has to hope that MeomaikA overextends more than once. But MeomaikA is up to 80 workers for the first time. For the first time in this best of 19. MeomaikA is up to 80 drones. Oh my god, he collapses on the Cyclones. But yeah, we've never seen MeomaikA get this high in the drone count, but it's happening. Finally, it's upon us. 80 workers. A solid economy. Unstoppable. With this, MeomaikA can just keep remaxing. He's not going into Broodlords, he's going into Mutas. With that double Spire, I guess he can get into 1-1. If you wanted to a greater Spire as well, but just sticking with Mutas for now. With this again, you can see slowly HonMonO, he's trying to wall off, trying to expand. Finally getting his third base up and running. MeomaikA, though, coming in from behind, and there just isn't a lot to support here. There are no Hellions, there are no Hellbats. These Lings, the problem is that they trade well against the Cyclones and the tanks. Get into the middle line. Good hold position micro here on the SCVs as well. 7 more SCVs going down. And here come the Mutas. Now, Cyclones, they don't do too poorly against Mutas, but it's all about whether they're in position. Main base exposed. No turrets. None whatsoever. They take down a tank. How many Mutas? 19. 19 Mutas out for Meo. Getting into the main base. Getting into the mineral line. Dragging the army out of position. At the same time, we can try to bust in with those Lings. One tank to hold the line, the planetary as well. Still only at +2, but we get on top of the planetary, get on top of the tank as well. And we should be able to break this base. Yeah, the repairs are just not good enough. Not anymore. That's a lot of Cyclones. That is the massive amount of Cyclones. Cyclones, they can be good. You can see them. Oh my god. Shave off a lot of those Mutas. God, that's 14, 15 dead Mutas. Oh my god. Again, the new Cyclone does well against Mutas, but we have more than that. We have Lings, and you know, once again, we cripple the third base. Still stuck on barely an economy. There's the Ultra Cavern on the way. +3 melee, 1-1 upgrades. MeomaikA just getting comfortable. Looking to secure himself. I didn't even notice we have a Xel'Naga out here for some reason. Xel'Naga's on the edges of the map. We can just keep pushing in. How many kills does this planetary have? 50! 52 kills on the planetary. Oh my god. It's been putting in some work this entire time. It's been helping. Yeah, he's taking every base on the map at this point. Even taking some of HonMonO's bases. That's just how much control he has. Not the best army. I do think that he could have gone into Broodlords a lot sooner. There it is, Greater Spire now on the way. No, the planetary! Leave it alone. It's been with us for so long. As we are going to be able to top it up, at least a little bit. CV is going down. We're getting into some Hydras as well. Oh god, I need to stretch my fingers. Oh god, observing all these games without a break. Oh, we do have Widow Mines in the mix. With some Miracle Mine Shots, maybe. But for now, we collapse on the CC. Once again, third base is going to be going down. The fungal is real. We catch some of these Cyclones. Oh my god. Cyclone's going to be able to kite back here against those Mutas. Oh, the mines! Oh, big mine shots! Oh, but the friendly fire! The mine shots were big, but still not good enough. We break through, we clean up the army, we've gotten into the natural base as well, and MeomaikA, he has done it. GG gets called. And MeomaikA One step closer. Oh. Oh, can he not quit? No shot. Okay, yeah. GG. And MeomaikA will take a lead 8-2. GG. Two more games for Meo. HonMonO, he's not out of this. He has been fighting back in this series. He has been putting some points on the board. But the pressure is on. It is going to be an uphill battle here for HonMonO. Can he bring it back? As we have our next map. It is going to be on Gambit site. Okay. Oh, quite a short rush distance, actually. Oh, my eyes. Oh, Jesus. It's so bright. It's very bright. But we are getting into this. I'm probably going to have to switch the players once again when we're in game. But it's all good. Oh. As, for the first time today, we have a lava map. Surprisingly, we haven't really seen too much fire here when it comes to the aesthetic of all of these maps. Here we go. Map made by Omniseptic. The map features a deployable bridge. Let's go. I miss the bridge maps. You know what I miss? I'm not too sure, Hyper One, or if you're familiar in the chat to not too sure if you're familiar with Shoutcraft Clan Wars, but there used to be Total Biscuit. He used to feature these new weird maps where you would have like a massive turret in the center that you would fight for control of, and if you take control of it, it actually shells away, I think within range of the natural, like the edge of the natural base of your opponent. You would have destructible bridges. You'd have, of course, the lava rising, the lava falling as well. But we're 12 pooling. We are going to be 12 pooling and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Gambit site. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player. Representing Team Gosu, it is MeomaikA. I'll fix it up. Going for the 12 pool and spawning in the top right, we have his opponents. Oh, I've casted this. This is a relatively new map, actually. In the top right-hand corner, we have, for Team Hyper One, it is HonMonO. I believe he casted this map during the hold on, let's fix this. During the Dave Testa map tournament, the map makers event that we held. But I have seen this before. Hold on. Bam, there we go. Beautiful. Just fixing up the UI. Getting into this, and with, of course, this fast 12 pool, or this fast pulling pool, we're getting into a gas geyser as well, into a Roach Warren. Now, specifically, if you're curious how this works, and again, we did cast this this year, actually, a couple of months ago, so again, a relatively newer map. Here, we didn't get to see it come into play, and we probably won't see it this time, but you can, like, open this area up and, like, extend this place and, like, knock down the wall. I think if you knock down these rocks, or these towers, sorry, like, there's, you can, like, engage this area somehow. We didn't get to see it at the time. We casted a couple of games on this map, and the players never really got around to it. And I don't think it's happening here. As the Lings are going for a big counterattack. God, once again, a wide open natural, going straight for the low ground TC. Lings, they get in, they're going for the surround. Ooh, but they go for the SCV instead. 2 workers will fall, a big delay on the command center. Boys are being pulled. Because the Reaper is back at home, we will be able to defend. The downside here is the Reaper doesn't scout. The Reaper doesn't know that roaches are coming across the map. We're sending everything out. HonMonO is in the dark. He has no idea what's coming his way. Lings are being dealt with. Roaches are waddling out. We have a bunker on the low ground. Defending the low ground is going to be so difficult. Aye. Everything looking up here for MeomaikA. There it is. A bunker now on the high ground. HonMonO trying to piece this together. SCV is going to be going down. Bunker does finish. Bunker does complete. Getting a lot of damage done here on one of these roaches. The boys, they have to be pulled. The SCVs are going to be focused down. So far, good control out of MeomaikA, keeping those roaches alive, getting another SCV. Ravagers are on the way. Yeah, bars are going to be available, and we lose control of the natural. On top of that, MeomaikA, he has high ground vision. Cyclones are still on the way. We have one Marine, one Reaper to our name. We can focus down that depot. The Biles, they take down SCVs. And MeomaikA just may have too much here at this point. Cyclones will eventually pop out. Behind this, MeomaikA is droning. He's saturating his bases. He forces a cancel on the CC. And he wants those depots. He's going to get them. Oof. Roach barely does survive as well. We do pull back. Up. Oh my god. 1 HP. The Roach lives on 1 HP as HonMonO does force back the Zerg player. Does force back Meo. But he is supply blocked. After losing the depot, he is supply blocked. CC going to be on the way on the high ground. MeomaikA did drone for a moment. Is expanding, taking his natural. Oh, heavily supply blocked here, losing another Overlord. MeomaikA has to race back home. Oh. Link speed on the way behind this. Continuing gas production. I'm curious after we get out of the supply block if we do saturate the natural or if we just double down here on Lings to go for a follow-up all in. We'll see what direction MeomaikA does take us in. As he's droning. Okay, he's just going to be droning, going to be saturating his natural, getting into this, getting an economic lead. Back at home. Oh, HonMonO hyper-fixated here on dealing with roaches. We have Cyclones and Marauders on the way. I mean, he's going to be able to reclaim control of his natural, but quite far behind in the economy. TB even had cool 2v2 maps for the Shoutcraft. He did. It was really cool. Way back when. So another Overlord is going to fall. We're finally taking control of the natural base. CC is on the way. And the game should be settling from here. Are we actually going to be able to activate these bridges? Let's go. The lighting is just a bit bright. Yeah, it's because of this. I think the white tile set alongside the lava here just really makes things pop. But yeah, I believe if you knock down this tower, it breaks down the wall, I think. Like these walls. And you gain access to the space here on the right-hand side. But I don't know if the players know that. I don't know if they're aware. But from my understanding, that's how you activate this. And there's also these buttons, question mark, here. That activate something. I don't know. We've never seen it. As we do have the Ravagers moving out again. MeomaikA droned up to 2-base saturation, and now he's flooding out with Lings, with these Ravagers as well, looking to break this natural base. We only have Cyclones and Marauders to defend. The Lings are going to do so well here. Bunker goes down. Repair is not good enough. We bust in, get on top of the Cyclones, get into that natural base. Wiles will connect. Oh, good. And HonMonO, even if he holds on here, he's losing control of his natural base. 7 SCVs go down. We push into the main. Can we deny stim? What do we pile down? We're just going for that depot. Yeah, HonMonO, he does hold on, but he's down to 23 SCVs. Are we pulling the point? Okay, we're just main darting the natural. I was like, man, are we just sending it? Not quite. As we turn things around to get on top of the Cyclone. You managed to get one of them. Get a second as well. Up. Oh my, the Biles even connect. Oh, it's brutal, and things are just going from bad to worse. One Cyclone survives. We have a 3rd CC behind this. Barely any saturation here between the bases. MeomaikA just taking the forward 4th. Getting into his upgrades into Double Evo Chamber. Doesn't have the best economy, but he's squeezing out a couple of drones here and there. A couple of workers. Is it one of those flood the lower areas maps? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I don't think that's quite... I don't think you have that much control. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, for now, MeomaikA is just going to be backing up for the time being. Saturating his bases. HonMonO, he's going to be able to survive at least a little bit longer. As the game is going to settle from here. Again, MeomaikA just working in his lair, joining on up. No creep spread, there's never creep spread. It's it's MeomaikA. We don't need no creep, know where we're going. Not in this game. And even though HonMonO is going to be able to finally get this natural base up and running and stabilize in some way, MeomaikA just is so far ahead. Could be further ahead if he was a little bit more adventurous with his droning. But then it wouldn't be MeomaikA. He likes being aggressive. He likes to be in your face. And there we go. He's cutting workers here at 61. Just under 3 base saturation. Massing more Lings, massing more Ravagers. He's getting ready for another assault. This time he's going to be hitting with 1-1. His upgrades are lined up for this attack. HonMonO taking his third. MeomaikA knocking down these rocks just in case HonMonO were to take a pocket base. Or a pseudo island base. So MeomaikA just making sure that there is no hidden CC. And HonMonO finally turning the tables here, going for some drop play. For a quad cyclone drop into the main. We're gonna get maybe some overlords, not quite. Good juggling here. Oh, but he does lose one cyclone. Trade with some Lings, but not quite worth it losing a cyclone. MeomaikA dives in. I'm sure he was convinced that there was going to be a base here. Not quite. There is no CC. And MeomaikA can now divert his attention here to the front lines, to the forward bases. And can we hold on? We have a line of 2 tanks. We have a bunker. Missile turrets on the way. It's a decent defensive position, don't get me wrong, but MeomaikA does have double the armor supply. No Ravagers, so he's going to make this hard for himself. He's going to be forced back without... There we go. We do need some Ravagers here to help deal with these tanks. More Lings in production. MeomaikA on the cusp of maxing out. Getting that much closer to 200 supply. Boys are going to be pulled. Lings having a hard time breaking in, but here come the Biles. Tanks are going to be going down. The Ling army is going to be melting, but trading with the SCV is well worth it for MeomaikA. Takes down a second tank, takes down the final tank. Only Marines survive. That is 18 dead SCVs. HonMonO not that far behind economically, like worker-wise, I should say, but the tank count was reset. Which means this defense is going to be that much harder. MeomaikA coming in with the second round. Coming in with the second wave. The boys have to be pulled again. Biles doing some friendly fire. The Marines, can we barely hold on? Looks like we will. HonMonO, he's going to be able to fight this back. That's 13 more dead SCVs. Don't like this. Takes out some overlords. Again, the Marines are doing well for themselves, if only it wasn't for the economic damage. As MeomaikA's coming in for round 3. He's just not slowing down. Takes down the tank. Can he finally break the bio army? Is MeomaikA overextending? Uh-oh. He will be losing this army, but Lings are coming from behind. And the Ravager army is going to get cleaned up. But this was still a worthwhile trade. Getting into the mineral line, being forced back. MeomaikA taking the center base. Rich Vespine Gas Geyser here as well. MeomaikA somewhat droning. And again, it's one of those things where MeomaikA isn't making this easy for himself just because he's staying on a low worker count, so it takes him a long time to remax. A very long time to remax. So he's just giving HonMonO time here to muster up his army once again. But finally, MeomaikA, he's droning. He's making workers. 8 more drones on the way. He's droning at least a little bit. Devastation bit for Hive. 2-2, soon to be kicking in. I would love to just see MeomaikA just saturate it, drone up to 80, Poppy. I guess you don't have to drone up to 80 because of the Rich Vespine Gas Geyser, but you know what? Just saturate our bases. Max out. We're still committed to roach production as well. So a little bit supply inefficient. But regardless, MeomaikA is going to be able to reach 200 supply momentarily. And once again, we're going to see him just try to hammer or just smash his face into this wall. Try to bust it down. Is there a world? Can HonMonO get a 4th base? If he can get close to maxing out. It's possible. If he can somehow get a 4th. But that's still a ways away. Like, if HonMonO can take a 4th, and if MeomaikA stays on a Roach Ravager base composition, then maybe. But the Biles, they take down a medevac. Do we have a Bailey Nest? No Bailey Nest, by the way. The Roach Ravager army does not trade well. Roaches are going down. Again, MeomaikA's army doesn't trade, or does get outscaled, but the things they get on top of the tanks. 2 tanks will go down. We want some more. We got 2, we got 3. 4 tanks. Oh my god. So MeomaikA, he may be trading poorly with his roaches, but the Lings, they make up for it. And we're still committed to roach production. Not like this. Still committed to Ling Roach Ravager. Gonna be going for a drop across the map. Does spot the army. MeomaikA doesn't turn around. And HonMonO is gonna evacuate his 3rd base. We're going for a pseudo base trade. MeomaikA busting into the natural. Likewise, HonMonO dropping into the main, but we have reinforcements. We have a couple of roaches here back at home. It's going to be a rough trade, though. MeomaikA busting into the main base. Meanwhile, HonMonO is trading well here on top of the ramp. The ramp working against Meo. Oh my god, this army is going to melt. Meanwhile, across the map, MeomaikA also raking into the natural base, getting so many SCVs. Well, soon to be a lot of SCVs. And HonMonO, does he have enough? Cleans up the Ravagers. Catching reinforcements, gets a lot of Overlords as well. But he's running out of steam. He has nothing behind this. He's all in completely. It's all or nothing for HonMonO. And can he pull it off? Can he clean this up? I mean, he's doing well for himself here. Don't get me wrong, but back at home, everything's on fire. There's no mining, there's no economy. The natural base goes down. He busts into the main. Takes down the spawning pool. Only roaches. Only roaches can be made. We eviscerate the mineral line as well, catching more reinforcements. And HonMonO is down to 1 orbital. And it's just a numbers game at this point. We can still make roaches, still make ravagers. MeomaikA still has plenty of mining going on. Like, it's impressive what this drop has done, but I mean, hey, we catch some ravagers. Do you catch them? The vials! Oh my god. The vials are too much, and yeah, we're just running out of steam. Running out of units at this point. There's barely anything left. And GG gets called. GG gets called. It was an uphill battle for HonMonO for quite some time there. Eventually, he does tap out, and MeomaikA is 1 game away. 1 game away from taking the entire show match. Una más. 1 more is all he needs. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. And what map do we have left here? We still have so many maps. We have Treadmill, Sands of Rakshir, Silver Flame. I would love to get into the rest of this map pool, but it's going to be on HonMonO to make that happen. Up next is very interesting map name, Gold Digger. Lovely. I'm going to be disappointed if there are no gold bases. We need not just gold bases. Wait, if it's a map called Gold Digger, we need gold everywhere, okay? Just saying, just saying. Here we go. Although I'm just making sure that the math is correct. I'm going to be refreshing. Yeah. Oh, and I feel like this is a good time. This is a good time to take a break. Oh no, no. Oh, HonMonO, he says, I need a break. I need a moment to cry. HonMonO, he's had a hard time. He's had a hard time here in some of these maps. At times, even just misinterpreting a map and, you know, winding it all back to the May on Fire map where HonMonO went 3cc before racks. Crazy, rushing into planetaries and all this crazy stuff. And yeah, he's on match point. You know, one more loss and the show match will end. So he needs some time here to gather his thoughts, hydrate his hydras, stretch his roaches, massage his marines. He needs some time. He does need some time here. God, this is a map made by someone called Copium Addict. that's great. Ready to start mining for diamond. I mean gold. This far from standard map has 6 standard-ish bases, 3 pocket bases, an 8-patch gold base. 3 pocket bases? That sounds crazy. Okay, I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. Here we go. That sounds insane. I'm ready for the insanity. We're loading on in potentially the final map of the tournament. Of the show match. It could all end here. Get ready to dig for some gold. Here we go. No, yeah, they look like pocket bait. I understand now. I understand why it's called Gold Digger. I understand. Yeah, it's a pocket in, yep, it's a pocket in a pocket in another pocket. Ay. Here we go. Oh, and I will have to fix up the players, but in the top right hand corner we have the Vietnamese Zerg player for Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. And spawning in the bottom left, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Hyper 1 from the land of Japan. It is HonMonO. He needs your support in the chat. He needs your love. He needs everything here to keep this series going, to keep the show match running. As I fix up these player names. There we go. We have one, and we have the other. And give us more games. We want them, Poppy. We want them. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, what do we do? Okay, so pocket and pocket. Okay, we have a pocket base here. And once we mine through these mineral patches, we have another pocket base here. Once we mine through this, we have another pocket. And it all leads towards the gold base. Or you could do what MeomaikA's doing and just skip through all this digging. Skip through working through all these bases and just go straight for the gold on the other side. Technically a hatch first. Hatch gas pool with a hidden gold from MeomaikA. And HonMonO is none the wiser. Now, HonMonO, he could try to wall off here on top of the ramp and take this pocket base instead, but no, he's going for this natural base location. Is it going to be expanding outwards towards his opponent? Again, really interesting snake like attack path here as well. Don't know if that's really going to come into play though, as MeomaikA, he's going for a hatch gas pull straight into a third base as well. Should be looking at Maynard over. He didn't update the map. Oh, was this not meant to be possible? Was there meant to be like another like wall here instead? Uh-oh. Here we go. In the newest version of the map, there are bushes there. Oh, I see. Oh, bushes denying this. Ah, okay. Fair enough. As we do have the Reaper diving on in. Oh. So far, going to be chipping away at these drones. One drone actually goes down. Not a bad pickoff here already for HonMonO. A good moment killing a worker. Heading into the mineral line and up. Doesn't quite get another. Yeah, it could be possible as well that maybe if the map was updated, maybe it wasn't updated on Korea. Because we are on the Korean server. May have been updated on NA or Europe, depending on where they are native to. As the Reaper does dive back into the main, we get eyes on the rush. We have roaches on the way, Ling speed as well, so it's going to be a Ling. Sorry, it's going to be a roach Ling all in on the horizon here from MeomaikA. Hasn't Maynarded over at this gold base. Is just slowly producing workers here, saturating that gold. So HonMonO is still in the dark. Oh, oh, okay. I see in the chat. He renamed the map. I see. Did rename the map. As back at home, we're getting into our 3cc opener. It's going to be a 3cc 2-on-1 actually from HonMonO. A 2-on-1, but with Hellions, with Cyclones in the mix to help support. Interesting. This is going to delay Marine production. The Lings, they have arrived across the map. The Reaper getting even more damage done. 2 drones go down. Good pickoffs if only there wasn't a gold. That's the thing. Like, we may be losing workers, but HonMonO's economy is still looking damn strong. Oh, MeomaikA's economy. I think I said HonMonO. No. As we are rushing into a lair. Interesting. MeomaikA, he's droning. Like, he invested into a fast roach warren, into Ling speed as well, but he's not making use of it. He's still just hyperfixated on droning. He's hoping that maybe HonMonO overreacts. We have a bunker getting up and running. Getting into our economy. And MeomaikA, he's just droning. Taking gases. Now, it is going to be it's going to be 3 gases here with a lair. This should be for Hydras. This should be a Ling Hydra-based composition from MeomaikA. It's his bread and butter in ZVT. We'll see if he takes another gas. If he goes up to 4 gases, should be Muta play. But it's also MeomaikA, so he can take us in a different direction. He can just go for whatever he wants. He could even try to go for another gold. We get a scan into the main. We get eyes on the lair timing. We're going into roach speed. Okay. We're not we are taking up though. Roach speed, not a hydrogen, not a spire. We're going straight for an infestation pit. Should be for adrenal, potentially fast hive. Lings are moving. Oh yeah, I mean you do need the fast hive for adrenal. Lings are going to be threatening the bases. Threatening a dive, not quite committing though. So MeomaikA does back off. Again, just getting this goal base fully up and running. Ooh, rocks are being knocked down once we figure out which rocks we want. Yeah, there we go. Rocks are being knocked down on the left-hand side. Oh, and at the same time, HonMonO is mining through these mineral patches. There is going to be an opening. And HonMonO doesn't know. He doesn't see. He has no idea. So this could be a little bit brutal with safety infestors on the way. Roaches are amassing. Again, roach speed in production as well. HonMonO, he's digging himself into a grave. No, not like this. Here come those roaches. We do have the infestation, but I guess it was just for infestors. We have 1 safety infestor in production. No hive, apparently. And HonMonO, Soon to the field, going for a double drop across the map. Remember, Stim is done. This is not lined up with the 1-1 upgrades, but a drop nonetheless. And MeomaikA doesn't really have much at home to defend. We could end up in a really weird position here. Again, the wall is still looking solid. And here comes the double drop. We go straight into the main base. MeomaikA out of position. Drones are going down. Queens as well. And MeomaikA, does he keep pushing? Does he just try to... Yeah, he's going to try to force his way into the natural. There is one tank in position. Massive damage here to the roaches. Diving on forward. Where's the fungal? Up. What? No fungal, microbial shroud instead. I think that was a bit of a mistake, but it looks like, yeah, it's not going to be enough. We do not break in. The drop gets out of control across the map, and HonMonO, he holds, he fights back. GG. GG. Well, even if we had a fungal, I don't think it would have been enough to break through. Again, MeomaikA, he was completely out of position, could not defend against the drop in his main base, and we continue the series. We have another game. Let's go. Oh my god. I was concerned. I was very concerned that maybe this would get out of hand and it would be over here and now, but no. We will have another game. Again, MeomaikA essentially putting himself all in. And what is our next map? We're going to be loading into Dynasty. Okay. Tell me about this map. Where are we going? What dynasty are we in? Show me. Each side of the sacred area features a backdoor gold expansion that can be taken from either side. Okay, we have backdoor gold bases. The question is not whether to take it, but when will you gamble on an early rush? Okay, okay. Interesting. Inspired by Redshift. Oh, let's go. I love Redshift. I love the aesthetic of Redshift, I should say. Am I thinking of the right map? No, sorry. I'm thinking of not Redshift. I'm thinking of Blood Boil. Maybe Redshift as well, where it was like a snow texture with like red accents. I wish we got more of that. It was beautiful. Ooh. But here we go. We are loading in to our next game, our next map. They switched again. God damn it. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Dynasty. So I try to fix this up. Bottom left-hand corner of Dynasty, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player leading the series, still one game away from taking it all, from becoming our Showmatch champion, from taking the entire Showmatch. Representing Team Gosu, it is MeomaikA. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the South Korean Terran from the land of Japan, fighting back, putting finally another point on the board, making a series out of this. It is HonMonO. Here we go, and this is the goal base that we were talking about. It's going to be a 6 mineral patch goal base here for both players as a pocket base. Interesting. On the other side is a rich resting gas geyser. Interesting that they would kind of lure you into trying to take this on the other side even with that rich resting gas geyser. At last, we do have a pull first. It's going to be a pull first into the hatchery, into gas geyser. So a bit of a more aggressive opener here from MeomaikA. Is going to be leading into faster queens, maybe a couple of links to try to wreak havoc across the map and try to get some economic damage done. Oh, we're just rushing into it. Okay. We're just racing into another fast roach warren once again. Oof. When it comes to the center of the map, again, we have a couple of rocks. Sorry, a lot of destructible rocks actually. Choke points as well, moving on out. We do have a Rax Expand. Standard opener here from HonMonO is not going for that faster gold. Not yet, at least. Not until maybe the 3rd or maybe even the 4th. Oh my god, my fingers are spazzing out. I should not have laddered before this. I made the mistake of laddering before, or like having a ladder stream before the show match, and my hand is actually worn out. Oh my god. Oh, my fingers are worn out, I should say. As the Reaper does make it into the main base, drone's gonna be barely saved. Roaches have been revealed. HonMonO knows. He's aware of the Roach Rush. He's preparing back at home. Ooh, gonna try to hold on to the low ground. Again, a really adventurous move here, really ambitious. So typically against a Roach Rush, you do throw down the bunker on the high ground. These low ground bunkers are, again, very greedy, I would say. A greedy move here from HonMonO. Now, thankfully, MeomaikA isn't committing. 2 roaches. 2 roaches are moving out. MeomaikA, he's droning. Because he got scouted, because he's been seen, he is not committing. He's hoping for an overreaction. And because HonMonO is holding on to the natural, not to the main base, he's going to get away with his greed. HonMonO, he's just saturating his natural, he's mining from it happily, and he should be fine. These roaches can't really do much of anything. Sure, MeomaikA, he forced out some bunkers, that's true, but they can always be salvaged. They can be salvaged, they can be saved. We can get a refund. MeomaikA taking a 4th base behind this. Roaches are being forced back. We have a couple of Lings on the way here to support. Oh, can we save it? Kind of. A little bit longer as the Roach does go down. The other will escape. We have 18 Lings in production, hoping to try to punish this if this does move out across the map. We could also try to take control behind the mineral patch, and just like Redshift, I remember we had the same thing. My mind is being blown. The memory. Redshift, we had a similar situation where the gold base was exposed to the elements. Here we go. We have Lings collapsing in this army. The Marines go down. The Cyclone soon thereafter. HonMonO overextending. He got a Roach, but he will lose everything in the process. Behind this, the bunkers are still up and running, so we can make use of them. But we have lost control of the map. HonMonO getting a CC on location, taking that gold. I would like to see a main art of the gold as well, but now it's slowly being taken. Oh no! Get to work! Oh, they're following. Okay, there we go. No, they're following an SCV! No! Notice! There we go. Thankfully not. There's still one following, by the way. There's still that one SCV pretending to mine. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. Let's see, we go. Hellions are moving out. They get surrounded! HonMonO not paying attention there for a moment. We'll be losing one of his Hellions. Behind this, we have 1-1 upgrades on the way. Lair as well. We're taking another 4th base. MeomaikA just double expanding. Has a decent economy. I mean, I say decent economy. A strong economy because of the gold, thankfully. He's getting into his army. There's a Ravager here. We're denying mining time. The gold base is not being taken. I guess eventually it will be. Aliens are moving out. MeomaikA in position, able to shut it down. Able to force back those Hellions. And the CC is going to have to be floated over towards the right-hand side instead. And for the first time in a long time, we get the Hydra. I thought we were getting Hydra's last game, but here, finally, on the way. Ling Hydra, Papi. It's coming. Overlord does spot the new 3rd. And MeomaikA, he can just rotate over, look to threaten it. Oh my god! We forced a cancel! We forced a cancel on the 4th. HonMonO is still not the best economy here. I mean, he's got a decent worker count, pretty comparable to that of MeomaikA, but we always have to bear in mind that we have the goal base here for Meo as well. And you can see the graph deep in the blue in favor of Meo. HonMonO getting a bit supply blocked, getting into his own production explosion. 6 more Vaxes on the way. And HonMonO, he has a tank here at his natural, but his 3rd base is looking very exposed. And MeomaikA, I'm sure he wants it. He wants that 3rd. They dip in, they're going to be harassing. Getting a couple of SCVs. And here comes Meo. Again, the SimCity here is lacking. The tank positioning is lacking as well. It's so wide open. And we can just collapse straight on the third. We do have a tank behind this, but there's not much between the tank and these lings. And what do we go for? We're going for the third base. The boys, they have to be pulled. And we are breaking through. We're getting on top of the tank. The vials will connect. Yeah, the tank goes down, and HonMonO, he will lose control of this third. He does save a couple of SCVs, does pick up whatever he can. But now with Hydras, we can actually focus down the CC. We can try to get a kill on this base. CC itself taking a lot of damage already. It looks like it should survive though. It does float over, thankfully. The SimCity here much better. Yeah, we do have a choke point, and MeomaikA can't really engage here. He shouldn't, but he's going for it. Oh my god. The choke point, it's brutal. It's a meat grinder, and the lanes are being cleaned up completely. Yeah, not the best trade there from MeomaikA. Overextending heavily there. Thankfully, he doesn't lose any of his Hydras in the process. Just Lings and a Ravager, I guess. But that was an unnecessary trade for Meo. Again, just getting a little bit too excited. Just need to calm things down. As this time we do focus on the Metamax. We get one, we get two. Two Metamax go down. The Hydras are exposed. More of an expensive loss for Meo. I mean, he was able to shave off some of the Metavacs at least, but they did cost him Hydras. Again, Meo doesn't have the best economy behind this. Sub 3-base saturation. Does get a kill on some of these bunkers, but once again, the Hydras are exposed. Oh, yeah, and this is a brutal trade for Meo, losing so many Hydras. Expensive losses, and has Meo thrown away too much? Like HonMonO, he's been trading damn well here these past couple of fights. Not like this. Now he's getting his third base up and running. Tanks are getting in position. You can see the economic lead now swinging in favor of HonMonO. Thanks to the mules. As I say that, we get into the mineral line. SCVs are going down. And the mules putting in a lot of work. MeomaikA taking another hatchery. Still staying on a low drone count. Hive is on the way. And HonMonO, he is establishing his third. Doesn't have a fourth yet, unfortunately, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Oh, and so we're going for a move that did win HonMonO the game previously. MeomaikA, he barely caught a glimpse of the Metavacs. I don't think he saw. Hydra's going down once again. MeomaikA, he doesn't see the Doom drop. It's going straight for the gold. MeomaikA, not where he needs to be, and not where he needs to be. And does he turn back around? He does. He's racing back home. Marines, they get into the mineral line. Good positioning here, using the SimCity against MeomaikA. He denies +2. It's going to be a brutal trade without Bailings. He's forced to pick up. Yeah, HonMonO just bouncing between the bases. Hydras have arrived. We have some anti-air. Can force this back. And you can see how well that trade was, how solid that trade was for HonMonO. How well, that was 15 Marines for 48 Lings, and HonMonO, he's taken an army supply lead. We have an even worker count. HonMonO now up in army supply, building up his tank count, his Marines, his Marauders. MeomaikA, his lack of drones is killing him. His lack of economy. And of course, his rough trades. And for the first time in a long time, not just in this game, but in this series, HonMonO, he is far ahead in army supply. Snowballing out of control. He's broken 3 off of a 3-base economy. We're pushing out, and I don't think he can be stopped. No Bailings, no Lurkers. We have Infestors for splash damage, but I mean, we see it ahead of time, and no! Both Infestors go down. No more Fungals are available. Pure Ling and a handful of Hydras, and it's not going to be enough. This army, it just crumbles before the might of HonMonO. We have 3 Ultras on the way, but no Kindness Plating. Kindness Plating still in production. And with Marauders, HonMonO, he can push forward. He can break through. Natural base is going to be going down. We stim towards the main. HonMonO, he gets on top of the Overlords. Oh my god, a massive supply block here for MeomaikA. He cannot make anything else. 3 Ultras are coming out. But the positioning here is too good. The ramp is brutal. We do come in from behind. We get on top of the tanks. The Ultras, they hold on just barely. MeomaikA, he survives. Again, still with the rough economy. But this army's overstimmed. MeomaikA will barely clean this up. Forces the hot pickup. Forces back HonMonO. But MeomaikA is still at death's door. Still lacking workers. He just lost one of his bases. No saturation here at the gold. And HonMonO is doing it. We're getting a longer series. It's happening. It is happening as HonMonO are going to be threatening drop play here across the map. Keeping MeomaikA busy. And yeah, we do see HonMonO just outscaling Meo. Working on 3-3. Fusion Core on the way for Liberators as well. HonMonO finally able to get into his own game. Things threatening a counterattack. We get a fungal, kind of, but there's no follow-up. There's no follow-up here to the Fungals. As Meo, he shuts down the Marines, pushes on forward. But again, he cannot touch this army. He cannot push into these siege lines. Not like this. We get some decent Fungals, but there's still just so much behind this. Better Fungals. There we go. We do see MeomaikA trying to close the distance. Kindness Plating is now done. But we're pushing into all these tanks. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We're just too heavily fortified here. And MeomaikA still refuses to drone, refuses to work on his bases. Just doubling down on aggression. It looks like HonMonO should be able to take it, bar like a big fungal. Like if HonMonO overextends, if he pushes out without his tanks, if he moves out with his Marine Marauder army and he leaves his tanks to be back at home and he takes a fungal to the face, then maybe MeomaikA can take this. It's not impossible. We're 3-3 on the horizon for HonMonO. Oh, MeomaikA bleeding out a lot of Lings. HonMonO still on 3 bases. A lot of the Overlords. Once again, a massive supply block. At the same time, MeomaikA dives or tries to dive on top of the tanks. But he cannot. The Infestors. Oh, decent Fungals, but the Infestors are exposed. One of them goes down. Massive Fungals on the army, though. Yeah, but it's just too much. GG gets called. MeomaikA, he cannot keep up with his army. And HonMonO takes another game. GG. Are we going the distance? Are we going all the way? Oh my god. Can we get to the ace match? I mean, we're still a ways away. Don't get me wrong. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but GG. HonMonO looking solid in that game again. MeomaikA just overextending. Once again, staying on a low worker count, being hyper aggressive and running out of steam over the course of that game. And the series will continue. The series will continue. We have our next map. Oh, we've already seen. Oh my god, this is visually very interesting. This looks like the area where Darnassus was, like where we left Darnassus behind. Curious. Very curious. Very visually striking. Made by Char, the same person that made Gold Digger. Fun fact. Same person. We're going to be loading into Corruption. You'll understand what I mean if you understand the reference once you do see the map. You get it. You get it. Here we go. This is also a bit of an endurance test as well. The show match has been going on for how long? 3 hours. 3 hours. Just back-to-back-to-back matches. We had a brief moment where we took like a minute break. But the breaks haven't been that long. We're not stopping. We're not slowing down. Oh. Let's go. Hold on, you can see the minimap here. Look, it's like a yeah. Like a pool of corruption, pool of purple, and here we go in towards the southern portion. Yo, is this a 3-spawn map? It is. Oh my god, a 3-player map. Let's go. We're in a circle. I didn't even notice. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom, towards the bottom of the map, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Ghost, who's still 1 game away from taking the entire show match. It is MeomaikA. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran, living in the land of Japan, representing Team Hyper 1. Fighting back, getting some points on the board. It is HonMonO. We're fighting back, Baki. We're fighting back. And, okay, so once again, we have a pocket base, with a double gold wall here at the ramp to eventually mine through and break free. Likewise, here on the left-hand side, we do have our standard natural base to be taken as well. And when it comes to the center, we have some island bases. A lot of them, actually. Really interesting island bases because there are some rocks as well. There are rocks blocking the bases to be taken, so you have to actually kill the rocks first before you can take the golds. But the fact that they're gold bases make them that much more valuable as well. So very interesting kind of triple island base location. Likewise, we have rocks through the center of the map, Zonaga in the center as well. And yeah, these bases are in really interesting positions here, basically on an attack path. If you knock down all these rocks, you basically just unlock a full circle. And because it's a 3-player map, you have to scout. Overlord going top left, Overlord going top right. We're looking for where the opponent is spawning in. I missed this. What was the last 3-player map in the map pool? Was it Catalina? Catalina? I think that was the last 3-player map. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry. I'll fix the UI. I was distracted. MeomaikA towards the bottom. Huh. God, once again, I just gotta keep. They keep switching. HonMonO towards the top. Bam, beautiful. Okay. Oh, so yeah, I think it was Catalina, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong there, let me know. When was the last 3-player? When was the last 4-player map? That was the green one, right? There was like a big green map. Was it? God, Lost Temple or something? I can't remember. You take the gold base, there's rocks still there, but then your workers don't mine efficiently. Yeah. True. So technically you can take these bases, but ideally you want to deal with these rocks to mine efficiently. As we are setting up, racks expand into our factory setup, into a 3rd CC, I imagine. Oh, yep, there we go, into a 3rd CC on location. Meanwhile, MeomaikA going to be preserving this pocket base, saving it for later, expanding towards his opponent out on the map. getting into his hatch gas pool, getting into double evo chambers. We have seen this already here tonight. Again, MeomaikA does love going for this very upgrade heavy style, going double, getting into 1-1, eventually 2-2. The last time we saw this was on the maze map, was on the snake path map. Whereas MeomaikA was getting into 2-2, the tank push of HonMonO actually crippled and denied these upgrades, and they did delay MeomaikA. But this time they're in a much safer location. What map was it? It was Anomaly. That's it. It was on Anomaly. So we're coming back to Anomaly in a way when it comes to the playstyle of MeomaikA. Again, fast 1-1, into a lair, into 2-2. And if you remember, that was to get into Muta play previously. So we'll see if we go into Mutas or just rush into Ultras instead. As we are getting to a very fast lair. I say very fast. I have around 4 minute 20 lair timing. Not decent time. Behind this, HonMonO getting into bio play, not mech. Getting into his 3cc 2-1-1. Which means he's going to be hitting a stim timing eventually with his Metamax as well. Just establishing himself, just getting himself fully set up. Best of one. Yeah, I don't know how to, oh, I mean, there's a limit. There's a limit to the best ofs, unfortunately. So I can't actually input like best of 19 there. So just gonna be leaving it there at best of 1. HonMonO, he doesn't see it, he doesn't know. I just realized HonMonO, he doesn't know where his opponent is. He's going for an SCV scout now, 5 minutes into the game. Going for a ninja base. Let's go. I mean, there's a lot of bases, right? There's a lot of bases to take, and he's taking it as his ninja, as a hidden CC. Oh my god, you do love to see it. I mean, he saw the positioning of the overlords, I guess, or the direction they came in. MeomaikA keeping them hidden. Bailey Nest on the way. There's the fast 2-2. Scared into the main, reveals the lair, reveals the lack of additional gases, so there's no real high chance of going into mutas or even hydras, unless we hit the gas. Actually, it's possible. 2-2 is on the way, and here we go. The drop play is upon us. What an ass is that diva? Yeah, HonMonO is a diva enjoyer. I mean, hold on, we'll see it. If I keep it on him, can I? Diva, say something. She'll say something eventually. But yeah, HonMonO is a diva enjoyer. Meanwhile, here we go. We have a massive link flood here towards the natural wizard repair. We do repair in time. Tank getting in position. Bane Blast here upon us. Oh my god, MeomaikA not slowing down, but at the same time we have a double drop into the pocket base. Meo, does he see? Does he know? He does. He's going to be repositioning his queens. Reinforcements are on the way. The most honorable of honorables. Let's go. Overlord's going to be going down at the same time. MeomaikA busts in. He breaks through the bunker, but he doesn't have much left. But the queens will hold on back at home. Meanwhile, across the map, we get 5 SCVs. Not too much damage done. But does a supply block HonMonO. Does get supply blocks as MeomaikA taking a 4th base. Working towards a Nidus Worm even. Let's go. Makes sense. We have Overlord. We have vision here of the pocket base. To go for some Nidus play. Infestation bit on the way for Hive. Oh, that's a start. Whoa. Full play was dark. Yeah, true. Darkness Sanctuary. Darkness. That was, if I remember correctly, Darkness Sanctuary, that was a GSL map, right? I don't know if that was played internationally. Or am I thinking of Obsidian Sanctum? Is that what I'm thinking of? Darkness Sanctuary, Obsidian Sanctum. I think that's another map. Regardless, drop play not achieving too much. He was keeping the attention of MeomaikA busy. Meanwhile, that ninja base getting slowly up and running. Turrets are on the way. The Nidus has finished. Have we scouted the Nidus Worm? I'm curious here. Looking at the vision of HonMonO, no, he's barely seen anything. But turrets are in position to deny any kind of dropper lords or muta play. As HonMonO is just securing himself on these 3 bases. Building himself up. MeomaikA likewise actually droning. Darkness actually was actually on the ladder. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Obsidian Sanctum was a map though, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not. that was the GSL map, right? I don't know why, but that's where my brain is going. Oh. As we do have that hive on the way. Was spotted, of course, by HonMonO with that scan. He's aware. And we're pushing. We're moving out with 5 tanks. Stim, 1-1. +2 attack, wrapping up as well. Oh, and I say pushing, but it looks like really we're just establishing ourselves to take another base. To take another CC. Obsidian, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. As the Marines, they do stim on 4. They're going to be threatening this hatchery. Sensor towers being thrown down all over the place. MeomaikA, though, not overly committing. Just hyper-fixated on 3-3. Again, really fast upgrades here from Meo. He's got a stable economy. For the second time this series, Meo, he's droning up past 70. Towards 80 drones. Big run by. Oh my god, we're committing. We're diving on top of the tanks. A massive surge of lings catching HonMonO out of position. Tanks are going down one after the other. We get a full surround as well. We don't get on top of the Marines, but every single tank falls. Again, just a really awkward engagement for HonMonO. He does trade well with the Marines, at least here. Up against the wall. But he loses so many tanks. And just completely surrounded. This entire time also we haven't been making SCVs. He's just been muling. Just muling this hidden base. I mean, he's getting value, don't get me wrong. The best saturation though. As the 3-3s on the way again. Still just pure Ling Bane. We should be seeing an Ultra Cavern soon. Do we have any other tech? No, just Ling Bane. Ling Bane. Yeah. That's all we have. That's all we need. No anti-air. No Hydras, no Mutas. Not necessary here. Not yet. I'm sure we're going to need it, though. There it is. There is that Ultra Cavern. Now, HonMonO, he kind of abused this composition from MeomaikA, just going for constant drop play. Oh, trading well. Trading 2 Marines for 1 Baneling. Not bad. Granting a drop into the bases here of MeomaikA. The minerals, they have been mined through. MeomaikA is keeping up. And continued mules. More SCVs. Last full-player map in GSL was Nautilus. Ah, yeah, true. There you go. Like, 4-player maps and 3-player maps as well. I mean, I think obviously a lot of people have an issue with 4-player maps as we once again just dive bombing, carpet bombing even those Banelings. Obviously, balance-wise, 4-player maps can be really frustrating, especially against cheese. Like, I can fully understand the reasoning behind that, but I feel like 3-player maps are a little bit better for that, obviously, just because we're able to deduce kind of the location a little bit faster as well. I'm all for 3-player maps. I'm all for it. Or at least if it's 4-player, you can like force cross spawn. I think that's like another feature you can do. But regardless, up. Ling Bane rolling on forward. Once again, having a rough trade here, pushing towards a wall of Marines. We gotta respect that. MeomaikA still committed to pure Ling Bane. Ultra Cavern is done. Kindness plating still not researched, so we're still lacking some upgrades. And we're just rolling in. Who needs Vipers? Vipers would help. But we crash into the army. We crash through the bunkers. Oof. That was quite a lot of Ling Bane thrown away. I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid to look. That was 103 Lings, 41 Banelings, all going down. And MeomaikA's gonna have to remax here with Ultras. Again, HonMonO, he wants this. He wants to like absorb these attacks and then push out. HonMonO maxing out. MeomaikA having a hard time again. He still doesn't have kindness plating. He's getting into Ultras, but he doesn't have the upgrades. Gets us around. Without Banelings, takes a little bit to chew through that. How do we deal with the libs? The queens. The queens have arrived. Pushing forward here on top of some of these tanks, but the Lings are going to get cleaned up. Once again, a rough trade here for Meo. Queens back up. Ultra's coming out. Ultra speed still not researched. This base. Yeah, happily mining, chilling. Be MeomaikA, because he's on 85 workers, he can just remax. He can just remax time and time again. He has limited gas income. That is a little bit concerning, and he's burning through his bank. Now, at a certain point, Vipers. We don't even need another tech structure, but Vipers will do so well here for Meo. With those blinding clouds covering the tanks, even abducting some of these liberators as well, but, you know, Meo, he likes what he likes. He likes the melee units. As we finally get the Nidus into the pocket base. We got the Nidus far earlier here in this game, like 10 minutes ago. Oh, the Marines are pushed out of position. The Marines are out of position, and the tanks are going to be going down a much better fight here for MeomaikA. Bailing's rolling, and the planetary is going to fall. The entire Bio army went into the main to deal with the Nidus. And a bit of a 1-2 punch this time from Meo. Creating an opening for himself. And he can keep on pushing. Busting into the natural. Towards the mineral line. But breaking into the main base is going to be difficult. We do have 3 tanks lined up and liberators as well. But that's going to be a kill. The orbital. The orbital does burn down. Does go down to the ultras. And MeomaikA looks like he has a broken HonMonO. Attacks down the E-base, denies +3 defense. This Liberator-based army is still terrifying. Like, if you look at the army supplies, they're pretty comparable with each other. HonMonO, he's lost his economy, but he still has a standing army. I'm a little bit anxious. We need a safety spire. We need something to shoot up. Yes, here we go. We're going for a drop straight towards that pocket base. Straight towards the mining bases here of Meo. Again, liberation has arrived. We have freedom. Oh my god. The freedom zones are insane. HonMonO, he holds onto this position. MeomaikA forced to push in, but he's going to be losing so much. The Ultras. The Ultras get focused down. The Queen's doing what they can. And HonMonO, he keeps on pushing. Oh, he does leave the Liberators a little bit idle. Bit of miscontrol there. A couple of Liberators do go down. We are going to be dropping back in. HonMonO, he is up in army supply. And MeomaikA, he ignores it. He knows he can't really contest against this, so he goes for a big counterattack instead. Doing what he can. Still not aware of the ninja base, which again has been happily mining. Just been chilling. Hatchery's going to go down. We get a couple of drones. As HonMonO, he's actually racing back home. He's aware that he needs to get these bases up and running. More Liberators, by the way. Still making 2 at a time, and we need an answer. We need some anti-air. Are we really not going to answer these libs? Oh my god. How many do we have? 11. The freedom. Can we free ourselves from this game and fight back even harder? We'll see. As there it is. Spires at the... Let's go. Spires are on the way. They just now got thrown down, so it's going to take some time to get into Corruptors. But we're getting there. We are getting there. As the creep is receding. Lings are trickling on in. And now, because HonMonO has a lot of time, he has a lot of time here to build himself up before these Corruptors come out. He's going to max. HonMonO is going to max out on a very low worker count. He's not making SCVs, so HonMonO, he's going to have a super maxed army. Already, HonMonO, he's up in army supply compared to MeomaikA. Nidus drags away the army. The tanks are unsieged. We're diving on these Marines, diving on the Marauders. Again, MeomaikA, he needs to pick off whatever he can. The Vipers have arrived. The parasitic bombs. We have Vipers. The power bombs, they help. They do help. Mia's gonna back off, and again, HonMonO, he doesn't have a bank to work with. He just lost a big chunk of his army and he can't rebuild. Or he's struggling to rebuild. God. The freedom! Forcing Mia back, but we have 12 Corruptors on the way. Finally, some consistent anti-air. It's happening. It is happening. The one thing keeping HonMonO in this game. Soon going to be dealt with. Good blinding clouds on the tanks. Power bombs as well on those liberators. MeomaikA going to be backing off, just chipping away at the army. Slowing it down as it's slowly making its way towards these mining bases. Here come the Corruptors. Oh, we don't want to throw them away though. We get one medevac, we get 2 libs, 3 liberators, and we get a 4th as well. Barely a 5th and a 6th, and we've reset the lib count. It did cost us all the Corruptors, but now we can engage. Massive blinding clouds, and it looks like MeomaikA has finally done it. He had to work for it. Even this game was close. Even this game, things were looking dire when we had no anti-air. Things were looking dire when it comes to the hidden base as well. Vipers are being hunted down, but MeomaikA has finally done it. Oh my god, it was a best of series that lasted 3.5 hours. My hand is killing me from observing. And I can't imagine what our players have been going through as well. The stamina, the endurance. It's been crazy. Best of 19. And we got to experience a lot of amazing maps as well. But GG gets called. MeomaikA does it. He will take the series and win the show match. GG, well played. We made it. We made it, Papi. GG, well played. MeomaikA will take it 10-4. Oh my god. And mate, we had some nonsense in this tournament. In this show match. If you missed out on some of these earlier maps, I highly recommend checking them out, especially early on. We had some clown fiestas, Papi. We had some absolute clown fiestas with the maps that we had to play on, with the maps that these players had to play on. It was insane. It was crazy. By the time we got hold on, messaging the players. By the time we got further into the tournament, we got some more standard games, and that's where HonMonO was able to just settle in a little bit further and get into the swing of things. But alas, was not able to pull it off, and again, at least made a series out of it. At least did put a show on. And what a show as well. Remember, like, I feel like the highlight for me was I can't even remember the map. It was the May on Fire map. Was it Ashengard? I think. When HonMonO went 3cc before Rax, like, oh my god, that's crazy. Even before that, Arc of Janus, where the rush distance was like 10 seconds. it was like the shortest rush distance map I've ever seen, where the bases were right next to each other, and we saw MeomaikA go for a 12 pull and HonMonO go for a CC first opener into an eBay into a planetary at the natural. Like, it was wild. It was crazy. It wasn't yeah, Arc of Janus. It was beautiful. Really, it was just beautiful. You know what we saw here today. I don't know if it was really StarCraft. I don't know what it was. It was HonMonO versus MeomaikA. That's what it was, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. GG, well played. A lot of amazing games, a lot of amazing series, and yeah, hope everyone had a great time. Oh my god, I'm starving. I need to get some food inside me. Oh god. It was brutal. GG. And all gold. Knife fight in the front. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a great way to showcase some of these maps that we never get to see. That's always something that's a bit of a shame. Is that every season, or not every season, we've had some dream pools, but every season of StarCraft, we just go through new maps, and so many maps have been made over the course of the years. There are so many maps out there, and we never get to see them anymore. We never get to see them. Not just maps that get rotated out of the map pool, but also maps that don't make it into the map pool itself, right? Like the submitted maps that don't make the cut in TLMC and the Team Liquid map contest. There's just so much out there, so much content out there that is just unexplored, and some of these maps may not be the most balanced. 100%. They may not be the most balanced maps, but you know, they're a lot of good fun. And really, when it comes to balanced maps, mate, we have Riders at Station, okay? We do have some insane maps, even in the current map pool. So, you know, we can have some nonsense every now and then. We can spice it up clearly. And hopefully we do. You know, that's one of the advantages, I guess, of the fact that now we have a 9 map pool instead of 7. We have 9 maps in the current map pool, so we can be a little bit more adventurous, be a little bit more exploratory with what we allow on the ladder. And yeah, you know, obviously we need a semblance of balance and a semblance of sanity, but but you know, every now and then we can spice it up. And yeah, you know, at least the current tournaments maps are going in that direction in a way, and allowing for some more freedom, allowing for some more diversity. Regardless, GG, well played. Hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Hope everyone had a great time. Oh, catching up. HonMonO is against... See Eric in the chat as well. Eric. Fala galera, papi. Fala galera. Crazy aggressive. Crazy. Fala. Obrigado. And yeah, with that, I'm good. I'm good, Spappy. Or the finalists that never make it. True, that's the thing. Fun fact for those who don't know, even if your map makes it to the top 10 of TLMC, or even like the top 7, that doesn't actually guarantee you to be in the map in the ladder map pool. Winning TLMC doesn't mean anything. Like, you get money, don't get me wrong, you get recognition, you get praise, but that doesn't guarantee you a slot in the map pool, which is crazy. In the ladder map pool. So yeah, it's just a lot of maps are out there, a lot of maps, and a lot of good fun. Regardless, GG, well played. Oh, hope everyone had a great time. If you enjoyed the broadcast, if you want some more CranKy Duckling action, we're done for today. We're done for today. I need some goddamn food inside me. I'm starving. But again, if you enjoyed, if you want to tune into some more CranKy Duckling action, we have another cast tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, WTL, World Team League, Round 9 is upon us. We have day 1 tomorrow on Friday, then Saturday, then Sunday. 3 days of WTL action. We also have KSL on Saturday. We have Grand Platypus Open and the Sparkling Tuna Cup and the house qualifiers for the LAN. So over the course of 3 days, we have like 7 broadcasts. Unironically. Yes, over the course of 3 days, we have 7 casts going on. So tune into the CranKy Ducklings. We're live every single day and multiple times, sometimes multiple times a day, especially over the weekend. So yeah, if you're interested, we have plenty of content available. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate it. ! Socials, if you want to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a Discord server where you can interact with us outside of just StarCraft, and we have a YouTube channel where you can tune into VODs. If you can't tune in live, if you want some more StarCraft action, we got you covered with the VODs. Oh, beautiful. And with that, we are gonna be done here for today. We're done, Spappy, we're done. Thank you so much, thank you. Stick around, we're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. I don't know who, but we're gonna be raiding someone out there. So give them some love, give them some support, give them a chance. And with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow for World Team League. Until then, hasta luego. Thanks for watching. Oh, sorry, my apologies. A big shout out to MeomaikA for winning, of course. Big shout out to HonMonO for being a part of this show match. Big shout out to Hyper1. If I didn't make it clear earlier, Hyper1 is the organizer of this event, is of course the team owner of HonMonO's team. So, you know, did want to showcase HonMonO a little bit here, and he did. And yeah, it's really cool to see Hyper1 not just making maps, but also supporting StarCraft and supporting HonMonO, supporting some players, some pro players. So big shout out to Hyper1. And yeah, check him out. You know, he makes some interesting maps, and I'm sure he's going to be submitting some maps to the new TLMC. So check him out. Check out his maps and give him a chance. Maybe even give him some votes once the voting period does open up, or, you know, at least evaluate his maps fairly, I should say. So yeah, big shout out to Hyper1. Thank you so much for making this happen, for providing the prize pool. And until then, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hasta luego. Bye. Hasta luego.